After the high banks of the Super Speedway at the World Center of Racing last Monday night at Daytona, now the drivers of the Northwest Cup Series on iRacing prepare to take on Atlanta, the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It is the site of round number 2, technically round 3, but round 2 of points racing for this event here tonight. Welcome to coverage on LSRTV, your home for sim racing for those that are watching and listening on CRN Sports from Atlanta Motor Speedway, just outside in Hampton, Georgia, virtually. Good evening, I'm Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Samuel Dyer. Greg Rance is a little bit under the weather and tired from a full-time job. He is not going to be able to join us tonight, so Sam Dyer will be jumping and joining me. Samuel, fun times last week we had with the duels, and now you're going to see the action at Atlanta. Super Speedway racing to now an intermediate mile-and-a-half track. What do you think we'll see tonight?
Yeah, we're expecting to see these drivers slipping and sliding. You talked about it. It's hot Atlanta. It's all about trying to conserve your tires and hope that you don't slide off of these corners. Coming off of turn number 2 and 4, these drivers are going to have a handful. And throughout the runs, it's just going to get worse and worse. And it's going to be amazing to see how these drivers can handle these vehicles as they can just continue to get loose.
Yeah, that's exactly right as we get ready for this event. So here's the deal. We have over close to 50 cars that are attempting to make this race. So for that reason, practice is going to run till its end. Then there's going to be qualifying. Qualifying will only lock in the top 43. And there's going to be some drivers that are going to have to go home. Once that concludes, we will then have the officials' drivers meeting, and then we will go into the 250-mile, 167-lap race here. Let's take a look again at today's program as, once again, practice on track now, 2-lap qualifying, and then they will go 250 miles, 167 laps. The distance here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for round number 2. By the way, race information presented by RaceOnTexas.com. Don't forget, the new racing season is upon us, and let Race on Texas take care of you with an exclusive speed pass of great racing content throughout the country. Again, that's RaceOnTexas.com. We'll take a look at the weather conditions coming up later on tonight, but currently we'll just give a little quick glimpse at it as this practice continues to roll along. It is presented by Sawblade.com. 82 degrees, 99% track temp. Track is a lot warmer than the ambient temperature virtually, Samuel. 7-mile-per-hour wind speed, partly cloudy skies. What's that going to be like for the race, you think?
Yeah, it's slick. There's still the potential of drivers hitting triple digits here during practice, but the one thing that they're loving is that it is partly cloudy. That means the cloud cover could hit this track and drop it about a degree or 2, which could help with the handling and allow your tires to last a little bit longer. The hotter the track is, the more wear and tear your tires are going to have, which means you can't last as long as you'd hope for, and troubles can ensue for these drivers if their tires aren't right.
Again, there is just some of the cool stuff that's going on. Atlanta Motor Speedway ready to go here in virtual Hampton, Georgia. We are ready for, of course, coverage on CRN Esports. And, of course, in addition to that, we have you covered on LSR TV. So practice is ongoing. Samuel, let's talk about last week's race at Daytona and how crazy it was. And how about the fact that an underdog out of Salem, Oregon, Stephen Paulison, is at the top of the board as the number 1 seed. He's in the playoffs. He won the race at Daytona, and it was a wild one last Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Super Speedway does. It gives the underdogs a chance to have a victory for themselves and to lock themselves into playoffs. And it's such a great honor for these drivers last week, racing for the Daytona race, the Daytona 225, and gave them a chance to have a great run. Also, it was before the new iRacing update, so it gave the drivers their final chance to really have great draft buddies and trying to use the momentum the best that they could. And now they are coming to a technical track. Atlanta is going to be a lot harder for the drivers to worry about, but last week certainly was a blast.
Yeah, it certainly was. And we'll see how things are going right now. Justin Yee on the speedway, the number 66 machine on the clock here at Hotlanta. This is qualifying. Remember, if you are not a provisional driver, you do not make it in. You got to get one of those 43 spots, whether it's being fast time on the clock or getting yourself a provisional for 43 positions to lock in. That's pretty damn good, though, Samuel, for 3 weeks of racing to have over close to 50 cars every event so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, it gives an opportunity for everyone out here that they've got a chance to get in, but with, a large amount of drivers wanting to get into these races, the tension is high for these qualifying laps, and it's great to see drivers wanting to still race in this league. The longer the season goes on, the more that you start to see leagues as Yee get sideways, and that's the issue early on in these qualifying laps, is that you're going to get loose and slick like that.
Boy, for a second, it looked like he was going to dirt track it. Here comes Corey Walters. Corey Walters, the number 9 machine. Daytona winner last year. Struggled last Monday night in the opener race of the series. Got himself a top 3 finish in the trucks in the Napa Know-How number 9 color. Shades of the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion Chase Elliott. And there he is to the back straightaway. Corey Walters right now 15th on the board, 13,857. By the way, Samuel Dyer, entry list has officially been turned into me. 48 cars signed in to attempt to make 43 spots. 5 people are going home.
Yeah, and the pressure is certainly there. Atlanta, we talked about how it's slick, and these warm-ups laps, the first lap that you are out here, you got to make sure you warm up your tires properly, or you're going to be slipping and sliding on your second lap, and with 5 spots, could be not making it. The pressure is certainly high, as we now have West on our board.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Devin West. West got himself a good finish in the trucks at Daytona. Struggled in the Cups last Monday night. As here's the man out of Millings, Montana. We'll see what Jeff Stabnow do here in a little bit, but right now these drivers on the racetrack, the number 5 LSRTV teammate Devin West. Good run, 34.84. Right now Peterson impresses me. Here comes the Millings, Montana, number 24, trying to redeem himself from some bad luck at Daytona last Monday night. Jeff Stabnow in the 24.
Yeah, Stabnow, and also Casey Garber is going to be out there, but oh man, Wesley, we already have a driver that is not going to be making it through qualifying. It looks like it's going to be the 021. And now we're going to be seeing those drivers trickling in that aren't going to be able to make it into our featured race.
Remember, you got to make it in via the 43 as a points or provisional. And Jeff Stabnow has got to dig himself out of the hole that he got last Monday night. And in the truck race, he struggled as well. Qualifying continuing on. Jeff Stabnow on course now. Again, the man out of Millings, Montana, the Waltz Beard Co. LSRTV entry. And I love the new wrap job, Samuel. He has changed up his cars this year. Normally, he has that skeleton on the side of either the truck or the car, and he's changed up to like a silver bullet type of wrap job. Looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, keeping it clean and crisp with the silver and a little bit of red on the bottom. We're hoping that this is going to be the wrap that gets him the speed that he needs coming out of 4.
See what happens as he works his way across the stripe. Will he improve?
Oh, yeah.
30, 385, and yes, indeedy duty, he will put him up now into the top 10. Seth Frazier, he was one of those drivers fighting for the win last Monday night. And let's see what Seth Frazier can do in the digging holes, taking souls. Paul Bearer, Ford Mustang, the number 32. He's on the clock.
The goal right now, as you can see, that's just going to be running in the middle, and that's to heat up the tires a little bit more. So to be on track, go the long way around, so your tires have time to warm up and be able to stick to the course a little bit better. And then also in this first lap, he's going to be trying to stay not as low as really he could be, but entering these corners, especially through corner number 1, you want to enter a little bit higher so you don't hit the bumps that could really stall out your machine.
Seth Frazier, 30. We'll see where he ends up as he is on course right now. Always one of those drivers to keep an eye on here in this series.
That was not a very quick first lap, but that first lap was actually good enough to get him into the top 43. So
yeah,
it wasn't a quick lap, but it was good enough.
Got to work on that improvement, though, for Seth Frazier. We'll see what he can do here on the back straightaway. 30.939. And by the way, you see the top 20 in real time. You see everyone else scrolling from the top 5 on back from 21st through 48 positions. And remember, 5 drivers are going home. If you're new to the series and you don't have a provisional, you can say sayonara, as 43 spots are up for grabs for the second consecutive race in the Northwest Cup Series. And there's the pallbearer special, 37.85. And, looks like he is going to end up, oh, wow. Looks like according to scoring, 37th. By the way, we have another entry in the race, is what I've just been informed. Jared Wakefield is now on track. He has now made the 49th, and now Dylan Huffines has entered 50 cars. That's exactly, I said it right, 50. Ready to go here to qualify, just to qualify for the race here, Samuel, at Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, these drivers were given 30 minutes to try to qualify if any late entries started to come in. So we'll wait for these final 2 when they feel comfortable to get out on track to finally put their times out. But we're still waiting on them, but we can certainly look at the board and drivers where they are right now. Lake Peterson, what a run. One of the first drivers to get out on track, and this 09 with a 30.15. That was his lap time, and it bested everyone else by almost a full 1/10 of a second.
Not going to lie to you, I am very impressed with Greg Peterson. Normally one of those drivers that literally struggle in the series. And now he has put himself in a very nice, comfortable spot to get in there and make something happen. We'll see what he can do here tonight. Good time put down. Greg Peterson. And we are live on LSRTV for video coverage. CRN Sports for the audio. Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outland, my buddy Greg Rentz, unavailable tonight, feeling a little bit under the weather. Hopefully he'll come back and be able to make a return next week. By the way, and this is meaning in no way that Greg Rentz is fired. If you're looking to get into producing or announcing, message us on Facebook or at livesimracing.com. I thought our producer would get a kick out of that, Samuel. I guess he's not in a very joking mood either.
Greg, get well soon, please. You might lose your job.
He's not sick. He's just tired.
Oh, man. Well, qualifying, we're still waiting for drivers to finish this up, but Lake Peterson able to be on top of the board. Dan West Jr. going to be in second place, and Dan West Jr. Last week in the trucks had a great run, got the win. Maybe that momentum from the trucks race can carry over to the Cup. As we are still waiting on the rest of the drivers to get going. Well, this is the exciting race here at Atlanta. Certainly is going to be a fun one. 167 laps these drivers are going to be running here tonight in the Northwest Cup Series. It is exciting here tonight. It is round number 2 that these drivers are getting for, and it looks like the track is closed and qualifying is now over, it looks like. So the admins are going to be talking this over, going to be figuring out where they're going to be placing the drivers. So we are going to be excited to see where people are going to be placed, but it's going to be Lake Peterson getting the pole position for tonight's race. And it is going to be a fun one here, drivers. It was going to be a hard one, but we're going to wait and see which provisional drivers are making it in and who is not.
And I say this honestly, we saw Lake Peterson and the talents he had last week also at Daytona, but I think I got knocked offline, have a little server issues. I'm back with you now, but the question I was asking you, Sam, is that you literally go, what's the mindset as a driver like yourself and these guys going from a 2.5 mile mental race like Daytona last week, and now you move yourself to a 1.5 mile intermediate track, and this could be a place where we really see the talents of these drivers show here in race 2 of the points.
Yeah, I mean, tonight it's going to be a lot of staying patient. Yes, these drivers are going to be aggressive for the first about 5 laps or so, and then you've got to pick and choose where your aggression level is going to be at. Do you want to try to build up as big of a lead as possible, or do you want to worry about your tires? Another question of, if we see cautions coming out, that's going to be something that's going to change up the tire, how these drivers are going to be reacting for their tires, because they can come down in pit road, try to change up the sequence compared to other people, and certainly is going to be a fun one to see how these drivers change, because last week it was the thought of, how do I keep myself in the race and avoid the big one? Tonight it's, how do I make sure that I'm set up to have the best tires to make the passes and stay up front?
Yeah, I think you're correct on that. Sure, we'll have to definitely keep an eye and see where all that develops, definitely for these drivers, as again qualifying has concluded. Lake Peterson on the pole. He was on the outside of the front row for Daytona for the Cup race last Monday night, and now we see these drivers again. Lake Peterson, what a time put down. I think I said Greg Peterson. My apologies. It is Lake Peterson that put down the best lap of speed here on the clock, and he is the man that everybody will be gunning for. As right now, just kind of updating my announcer stats and notes and looking at the rosters here, and give you a little bit more history of getting to know Lake Peterson. Again, that driver is the man that everybody will be gunning for on the pole. And now the drivers' meeting is ongoing. And the question is this: 7 drivers are going to be going home. They'll be going home here in a minute because they're not fast in qualifying, or they don't have a provisional. And out of 50 cars, we're going to narrow it down to 43 here in a moment, Samuel.
Yeah, Jared Wakefield as well as Dylan Huffins, they did not place the time. So that is going to be questionable for the admins to see if those drivers are even going to have a chance to, I don't know if they're in provisional wise, but if they are, if them not putting a qualifying lap down, I wonder how that's going to be affecting those drivers. But yeah, there's a lot of speed for these drivers that they were hoping to have, but it looks like really Hot Atlanta attacking some of them with looseness and costing time during qualifying, putting some drivers below our marker.
Hey, don't forget Wednesday night. Hopefully Greg will be back to join me again, and it'll be coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, round number 2. It'll be right here from Atlanta on Wednesday night, same time, around 11:15, 11:30 Eastern time on LSRTV, CRN Sports, and we'll see if Shelton Washington and the defending truck champion Dan West Jr. can put that truck to victory lane again in Atlanta for West Racing and Team LSRTV. The defending champion won at Daytona, and it was a wild one at that. And they'll be ready to go with the trucks. A lot of these drivers, Samuel, not only run in the Cup Series, but they also run in the trucks. Coming soon, we'll have a Northwest ARCA Series. I know a lot of people are getting excited and looking forward to that. And we also wrapped up the Northwest iRacing Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products Super Late Model Series last night at New Smyrna Speedway after a 200-lap event. And Chris Carroll is the series champion from Canada. And I kind of stayed in the chat box a little bit after it was all said and done, and I was like, not trash talking, but there was a lot of Americans from the Northwest saying, damn, I can't believe we let a Canadian beat us. We let a Canadian guy beat us. We got to get it back next year. So it sounds like there's definitely going to be some type of a rival between Canada and USA besides in hockey next year in the iRacing Northwest Tour to get that title back to the USA.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's pride on both sides, wanting to make sure that they keep the championship on their side of the border. But it's going to be fun next season to see how those drivers are going to be reacting with one another for sure.
Yes, it is for sure fun. Hey, we are going to step away. Drivers meeting is continuing. When we come back, they will give us the starting lineup, the 43-car field, hopefully. We might step away. We might come back and do a little musical interlude along the way. And we have coverage for you. Don't go anywhere. We're live at the virtual iRacing Atlanta Motor Speedway. Coverage of the Hot Atlanta 257 coming up soon on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. And for those that are listening on CRN Sports at wearecrn.com. Back with more from Atlanta in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do actually any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series Round 2. It's the point series of 2021, Round 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the Hot Atlanta 257 on your coverage of your home for sim racing, LSRTV. And for those that are also listening we are CRN.com at CRN Sports. I'm Wesley Outland. Samuel Dyer is alongside, of course, Charles Wooten, who is always just, with his shenanigans in the production chair after dark. What has he got going? I think he's eating a bag of Cheetos while he's directing. Oh, good, though. Cough drops. Okay, so he's still sick. So anyhow, they can't hear you. He's talking to us. It's like I have a ghost in my head. But anyhow, you're not sick, just eating cough drops because you can. Okay, that's.
Hey, some flavors of cough drops are good.
Well, there you go. I mean, sometimes eating too much of them will make you go to the bathroom also. So, I mean,
True.
Okay, so
After dark.
Late. It's too late. Sorry, after dark. Bye. I'm sorry. Anyhow, we're back in Atlanta, and we got a car on the racetrack. Why are they on the track for? Drivers meeting. They have missed the drivers meeting or something. Anyhow, Samuel, back again. What's up, buddy?
Oh, we're almost ready to grid up and get going.
Yeah, I guess this guy got mad. He's not in the starting lineup, so he's just going to take some practice laps. I wonder if it's Big Bird, Eric Cheney. Oh, okay, I understand. This is the lobby for the cars that have been in to qualifying. I await to see the starting lineup here. We know one thing for certain. It's Lake Peterson on the pole. Lake Peterson is the man that will lead them to the green here at Hot Atlanta. And there he is, Samuel. That man
put down almost over a tenth faster than the rest of the field during qualifying. And, you can have one of the fastest cars during qualifying, but when it comes to race time, having the fastest car doesn't mean that you will always win this race. You certainly can be quick for the first about 10 laps or so, but it's all about saving those tires is what I'm going to be talking about almost all night long because of how important it is to save them.
Definitely. We'll see. We'll keep an eye. We'll see what he can do here. As there's Lake Peterson. All the cars that are in the grid now in the server are locked in. 43 virtual charter members of the fraternal order. Go fast and one in the wall as well. Kaleidoscope of their colors, ready to battle here in the Hotlanta. 257. The 167 laps. There it is. There they go. Back around the track. Nice looking cars. Hey, what, Sam? I don't know if you had a chance last night or not to check out the new Smyrna race. But did you get a chance to see the new Gen 6 super late model body?
I am so disappointed that I missed last night. I was watching a movie last night with some family, so I missed out on some amazing racing action. But I'm certainly going to check it out tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to get a hooky for being late. You're supposed to have been here yesterday. That's can't switch it around.
The good thing about having LSRTV and the YouTube channel and the Facebook, you're able to go back and rewatch as cars are spinning in and around during here on practice.
That's a great plug by Sam Dyer. We're available on live and replay. And also CRN. You can be driving down the road, Samuel, or at work or at home or laying in bed, whatever. Just kind of put the race on, listen to the desolate tones of myself and Samuel and Greg and whoever else and all the races, and we kind of paint a picture for you so you can imagine what's happening on the track. Yeah.
Great fun. Oh no.
Totally ruined that segue, brother.
Oh,
you might have had the replay good, but you ruined that one.
Yeah. You got some hits and you got some misses. And I'm still in the learning period.
Coming up on 12 midnight Eastern time. And whatever is our producer doing? I have no words for what I'm hearing in my producer's ear right now. Seriously.
Those cough drops are tasting so good.
No idea how we work together. Seriously. We're at Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is a big part of my career in NASCAR. Believe it or not, Samuel, this is the track in 2016 where I first announced the NASCAR Cup Series, and the trucks and Xfinity got my foot in the door announcing NASCAR with Ken Squire. And what?
Our producer interrupted you, Wesley. I wanted to hear your story more.
Our producer said something about that I knocked over a door with my foot. That's not the case. That's fake news, okay? That was a National 100, not Atlanta Motor Speedway. Atlanta Motor Speedway was the first time I ever got to announce with my mentor and the legend of broadcasting, Ken Squire, and announcing NASCAR. So, yeah. This is a special place. I love Atlanta. Thank you to Ted Alstead and Ed Clark and everybody involved in Atlanta Motor Speedway.
That is incredible. I don't know if I'll ever get to that aspect. That's why it's an honor to work with you, Wesley, is because it's like this is new for me to be in broadcasting and commentating, and getting to work with some of the best in the business here at LSRTV is great.
Oh, trouble. Into the corner. That guy had too much cough drops for dinner.
Give him the Heimlich. Don't choke on it. Ah, man. Wesley, I think just based on the start, this race is going to be a fun one for sure for us. As practice for these drivers, they're really just testing and seeing what's the most that you can get out of your car, and also how's the draft going to affect you, and don't want to touch the apron. What a save. Oh, my goodness. And drifting it around. There goes O'Hare, just having some fun. Finally gonna just drift it around these corners. Absolutely having a blast. As we will try to get Wesley back in the booth, as drivers are soon to be done with practice here. It's been a while here. We got to see over 50 drivers trying to qualify into this race. We've now qualified. We got them down to 43, and Wesley is back. Wesley, we're almost done with practice here for these drivers, and almost
thank goodness
race time. It's going to be a fun one.
Did you hear the description I gave our producer? He boot me from the server intentionally.
Fake news.
Well, anyhow, he's doing.
We don't have to give the audience that
and
sound.
He doesn't know. I want people to close their eyes. We paint a picture for those in radio land, and I want you to imagine what that sounds like, okay? and then while you're trying to do a professional broadcast, and you got this.
I mean, It's great practice. I mean, we've really got to focus on keeping a straight face while we got that going on.
I have come to the realization that Charles likes gravy with everything. All right, here we go. Checkered flag coming out. And practice is done. Finally, we can get to work. Amanda says your voice sounds hoarse, though. Too much fun, too much talking. I have been announcing since last Thursday, so go figure. Actually, correction, I've been announcing since last Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today. I just got done doing a softball broadcast earlier. Okay, Daddy, I will. Here we go. It's time for the ComServe Wireless starting lineup for the Hotlanta 257. Fast qualifier on the pole, Lake Peterson. He'll be on the pole in the 09 to the outside. Dan West Jr. from Shelton, Washington in 55. Row number 2, Cole Raz in the 10. Justin Yee, he's in the 66. Row number 3, we'll find Caden Anderson in the 37. Casey Garber in 94. Row 4 is Dan Lowther in 63 and Dennis Moore in 44. Rounded out to top 5 in the top 10, Sean Brightsman, the champion of last year, in 46 from Tucson, Arizona. Millings, Montana, Jeff Stabnow in 24. Moving on to row 6, it's Wayne Rick in the 69, Kevin Smith in the 00. Row number 7, we'll find Tyler King in 21, James Thurston in the 2. Row number 8, we'll find Ricky Bozier in 42, Devin West in the 5. Row 9, we'll find Casey Tillman 92 and Stephen O'Hare in the 41. Top 20, we'll find White in 83, Grande in 18. Quickly on the rundown, row 11 will be Vining and Maines. Row 12, we'll find the 74 along with Frank Harris in 11. Row 13, the 17 machine, we'll find that driver as well as the 35. Row number 14, Daryl Tidrick and Walters, the Daytona winner from last year. The top 30 includes John Ottenbacher and Bryce Beatty. Row 16, we'll find Timothy Tomlik, Martin Tomlik in 79, BJ Tidrick in 72. Row 16, you saw him. Row 17, Carl Burke, Chris Torres. Row 18, it's going to be those drivers. Paulus and Daytona winner last week along with Frazier. Row 11, you'll find Pendergrass along with Connell. Row 20, Rogers, Johnston. Row 21, well, it's Daggett, Colbert. And in the back, nobody. Pace car is in. Cool. Got that ComServe Wireless starting lineup done in time. Pace car is in. We are racing at Atlanta, kicking the asphalt round 2, the Northwest iRacing Cup Series, and around we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race and it is a good one here at Hotlanta. Right now, Lake Peterson leading the way. Well, Sam, there's Dan West Jr. He's right there with him. Cole Raz about 3 car lengths back. They go to 3. And battle for the lead, heating up all 4 in the early going.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Dan West Jr. on the high side trying to make it work, but early on in these first 5 laps, everyone's going to be staying full throttle and trying to maximize their tires for the best of their abilities early on. And then after about 5 laps, you're going to see who's going to be charging forward early and who's going to be backing off, trying to save and make a final push. Cole Rasno with a lot of momentum coming in 3rd place.
Go to the back straightaway, they go into 3. Peterson, West, Raz up the top of the racetrack out of 4. Open up the door to Yee and a couple of other people. And they'll work their way back down to the stripe, through the dog leg, cross the start finish here at Atlanta. And Peterson still out in front. Blake Peterson. This is my buddy Greg, and I said Greg Peterson earlier, but it's Lake Peterson. He's out in front. He's doing great. And that car,
The 0-9.
back to 4, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these drivers so far looking good. Those that are a little bit further back in 10th place, Caden Anderson in the 37. He's one of those drivers I'm going to keep my eye on, see when he's going to make a charge into the top 5. He's running just as fast as our leaders are now, but right now, our top 4, they are running some of the fastest laps, and they are trying to push to the max with these tires.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt about that. Is right now Peterson, West, Raz, Yee, Garber, top 5, Lowther, Moore. Now we got trouble back straightaway. Got one below the bottom of the racetrack. Understanding it's the 77 machine of Cooper. Car number 71, actually, correction. It is Cooper. It's Aaron Cooper. No caution. It was down below the bottom of the line, the white line on the back straightaway, so he's out of harm's way. And Samuel, that's just bad luck on Aaron Cooper. He's behind the wall.
Yeah, Cooper immediately taking the teleport after being onto the inside. And, you know, a couple of drivers also are having some major issues. Devin West, who qualified well, did not have the best run for himself. Qualified in 16th place. He's only back in 40th. The last car running as Brett Johnson, as well as Frank Harris, did not even make the grid.
Very impressed. And we got problems for Frank Harris, and he's coming down to the pit lane right now. Coming onto the racetrack right now, a late entry actually, so make 43 drivers. Frank Harris, no correction, 42 took the green, so there was still a spot empty, but Frank Harris now has officially entered the race over 7 laps down. There's your leaders. They just passed Harris. Remember, Harris has to stay below the blend line on the racetrack, just like at a real NASCAR event. There is a blend line when you exit off the pit lane. You stay below that line until you commit to the blue cone somewhere on the back straightaway. Once you pass that blue cone, then, Samuel, you can blend into traffic on the back straightaway at speed.
Yeah, and Harris had to blend up in a really awkward spot where he's around the middle of the field, so everyone else had to give him space and hope that Harris would get up to speed quick enough into corner number 3, and looked like he did. Because right now, our front runners all single filed out. When we start to see drivers side by side, that's around the 12th, 11th place where drivers are looking a little bit closer and some side by side action.
I want to send a shout out to somebody I'm getting to know very, very well, and friend in Apex, North Carolina, Amanda Mount, enjoying the race, watching it actually, or actually listening to it. Getting ready to pack for a vacation trip. So hope you have a good trip. Everybody, sometimes you got to go on vacation, COVID or not, producer, okay? Technically, my racing jobs are vacations, right? I mean, it's a getaway from home.
Completely true.
That makes sense, doesn't it, Samuel? I mean, it's kind of like a vacation, even though it's work.
I mean, it's work. You're getting
Johnson
away.
On pit lane. Do what?
You're getting work. Also, Johnson, one of those drivers that did not make the grid, so he's finally getting out 9 laps down.
I heard you say get away in a car in the pit lane. Listen.
No. Yeah, you said car on pit lane. Yeah, no, it's a little bit of a getaway for yourself.
It certainly is, and I'm working. I get paid. Yeah. Had some fun, man. Probably one of the best NASCAR Smart Modified Tour races I had the privilege to announce last yesterday at Caraway Speedway. What a show that was. Bobby Labonte, a matter of fact, was even in it. The 2000 NASCAR Cup Series champion. He made his presence felt. In the end, it was Money Matt Hirschman picking up that victory. But anyhow, watching them work out of 4. We're at Atlanta. We're in the opening laps. Wayne Rick is out in front. No, I'm sorry. That's fake news. Wayne Rick riding on board with him right now as Peterson still leads.
Yeah, Wayne Rick around what I would call the Hornet's Nest. There are a lot of drivers just waiting to make moves. Harris gets loose out of 2. Almost went back to the inside wall for the 11, but these drivers, this is where the chaos could happen for some of these drivers starting to push their tires, and this is around the time that drivers, if they've been aggressive, their car's going to get really loose and could randomly snap on them coming out of 2 or out of 4.
That's right. So, do you let it snap come out, or what do you do?
Well, what you got to do is just let off coming into these corners a little bit and let your car coast a little bit more. Maybe not go full throttle immediately, but stay around quarter throttle for most of the corner until you feel like your car's straight, and then slam it to the gas once you get to this part of the race. And, around this, you got to be patient with the drivers you're around. A lot of the passes that are going to be made are entering 3, because coming into 1, that inside line, there's some bumps on the entry of 1 that really can hurt them, bog down these drivers, so they got to be careful.
And remember, if you snap, you got to crackle pop too, like Rice Krispies, my favorite cereal growing up as a kid.
Rice Krispie treats are the best.
Crackle pop, Rice Krispies. I'm a Captain Crunch man, though. I like my peanut butter Captain Crunch. Nom, 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 nom.
The razor blades for your mouth.
Charles got something in common. He says, now the hell of cough drops. I want some Captain Crunch.
Oh, man.
Peterson out in front. He leads the way. West is in second spot. And that is currently the way it stands right now. 16 laps in. Boy, I had to update my time, but it's going there for a second. Yes, sir, It is.
Dan West Jr. and Yee both coming with a head of steam. Cole Raz, though, he was running in 3rd at the start of this race, but about 5 laps ago, he got passed by Yee, and Raz continues to drop back, losing time and about to lose another position.
By the way, he likes to be called Justin Yee Squared. And by the way, yesterday was National Pie Day. Did you know that?
Yes, sir. 3.14.
Yeah. Okay, you got it. I thought it was actually pie. I thought it was actually pie. I had a nice little conversation about pie with Greg and Charles on the iRacing Northwest Tour event last night. Aunt Kathy, we were talking about cheesecake. We were talking about pie. Well, wouldn't cheesecake technically be like pie? I mean, right?
I mean, in a way.
I got a damn good case on that, Charles. You can't tell me that.
It does have a bottom base layer, and
Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm right on that. Thank you, Aunt Kathy. Aunt Kathy likes cheesecake, and so do I. Aunt Kathy's gonna miss the desolate sounds of Greg not able to be here tonight. Aunt Kathy, I'm telling you the truth. He's playing hooky. Get him.
Getting Greg in trouble.
No, he's not feeling well. Whoa, one below the gap there. Wow, shot like a rocket out of a cannon on the bottom of the racetrack. Car number 35 giving us a little scare for a moment. That's Joshua Marcy. Holy cow. And here's a replay. This is worth a replay. Watch this. All right. Marcy in the 35 car. Has some damage on the car. And you see him dirt tracking it. Oh, he just lost it on his own there. What a save, though, Samuel. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you just, honestly, if you're going to make a save, you just got to let off the gas and hope that you can coast your way through those types of incidences. But, man, scary moment there.
For sure. Riding on board there just a moment ago with that driver. People are saying cheesecake is the greatest. I agree, Wesley. Cheesecake is pie. Greg has been sent to his room for the night. You're exactly right. He's been sent to timeout. He's been given no carpet square, no cart in the middle, just a side face to the wall. Remember when you were a kid and you had show and tell, and when you were a kid, primary school, you sit down? No, that's Monopoly. I'm talking about a carpet square. Like do you remember when you were a kid and you were in primary school and you had like nap time and you had to sit down on a carpet square and lay down? Never mind, Charles.
We were given our own pads.
Y'all can forget it, okay? I'm just unveiling how dang old I am. Never mind. Oh, Jesus. This is going down here fast. Coming up on 25 laps in. Lake Peterson has still been the man leading the way. There's that number 10 car. Cole Raz, Razzle Dazzle for Shizzle Dizzle. Getting some company from the garbage man, Garber. Here comes Garber, Casey Garber. He's closing in on the bottom. Good run for Dennis Moore, Dan Lowther, Jeff Stabnow. Caden Anderson, Sean Brightsman of the top 10. Right now, your top 3, as we mentioned, 4th through 10th. Lake Peterson, Justin Yee, Squared, and Dan West Jr.
Yeah, I mean, Justin able to get by. But,
Trouble.
Boy.
Couple of cars getting together. Bottom of the racetrack in 3. Pushing back
there's
up
the
the
yellow.
speedway, and more cars are crashing into one another. You knew it was going to happen. I see the 45 as one of them. Daryl Tidrick involved. Looks like it's the number 67 of Troy Daggett, possibly Carl Burke. And we are scattered, smothered, and covered with a virtual metal omelet mayhem of destruction in turn 3. Started with Carl Burke and Daryl Tidrick. Man, oh man. And then here comes the 67, Daggett. Nowhere to go. Boy. Then it's the 003 of Timothy Connell that got into him, and there's Daggett. Dang, Samuel. Let's ride on board with somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
We're going to ride on board.
I mean, that's just hoping that you could fit in a hole and just didn't with this accident. And, you know, the drivers up front that caused this, they were hoping, nope, not enough space. Also, the new smoke model, making it blind and a little bit harder to tell if there was space on the high side there.
I think we got people coming down to the pit lane. I will cover it before we go to break. Here we go. Pit lane is open. Lake Peterson. Oh, somebody took out a cone. Oh, my goodness. Looks like the leader
cone.
took out a cone. That's going to make the DOT of Atlanta very mad. Lake Peterson, Justin Yee, Dan West Jr., Cole Raz, Casey Garber, Dennis Moore, Lowther, Stabnow, Anderson, Brightsman, King, Rick, West. Oh, the hell. The scoring pylon just keeps moving. Overshot his pit stall was Raz. 66 of Yee overshot his pit stall as well, big time. And there's Lake Peterson at pit stall 1. He is ready to go. Fires up the headers and down and away. He's in for Stabnow. Stabnow is the new leader.
I think Stabnow might have missed pit box or something, because I don't know how he got up there so quick.
Justin Stabnow, Jeff Stabnow. Let's watch and see what happened to Stabnow. Well, let's just say this is a good, bad thing. He's in the lead, but it might be because of a mistake. Jeff, what did you do?
I mean, it's early in the race.
But did somebody not give him room? He missed his pit stall. He got boxed in. He couldn't go anywhere. Oh, my goodness. Let's bring down Jeff Stabnow. This should be an interesting conversation. Jeff Stabnow, Wesley Outlet, LSRTV. You missed your pit stall. What happened, bud?
Just missed it. Spotter didn't count it down, and I just couldn't see it between the cars that were pitted there. So we'll come in and.
I was going to say you were. I was going to say you were stand, so it's kind of not their fault.
Yeah, well, I pretty much screwed that one up. So I guess we'll be starting in the back here.
You're in the lead, though. Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You pitted. I mean, like I said to everybody, this was a good, bad situation for you. So, hey, Bo, talk about the new car, man. It looked chart of the skeleton.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen it yet. We just threw it together here real quick. So I'm not sure we got everything looking. I think there's still some detail that needs to be done. Yeah, but this is the LSRTV paint scheme I'm hoping to run this year for most races.
I like it. I like it. Don't you, Samuel?
Oh, it is clean. I'm loving the silver and the way that it is shimmering.
Definitely.
Yeah, we got some of those thin detail lines that didn't come out the way we wanted. So it's got a little work, but it's close.
So the skeleton is gone, correct? For this year, the skeleton's gone?
The skeleton is gone. We will be having a Twitch gamer come on as a sponsor here a little bit later in the year as a secondary sponsor. Dad, the bearded gamer, will be replacing the skeleton.
All right, buddy.
And that is Mark Walls' Twitch channel if anybody wants to look it up.
Mark Waltz Beer Co. will still be a sponsor, though, with the car, correct? Even though the skeletons are hidden on the roof.
The skeletons are hidden, and we're going to go with Dad, the bearded gamer.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Take care, buddy. Jeff Stabnow is the man that is always great to cut up with. And he currently will fall all the way back. Oh, this sucks. 35th.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, ready for the restart. We're coming up on 30 laps into it here in the Atlanta 257. After the first caution, Lake Peterson, Dennis Moore will be on the front row. Dan West Jr., Cole Raz, Casey Garber, your top 5. Then it's Caden Anderson, Dan Lowther, Ryan Main, Sean Brightsman, Ricky Bozier. The top 10, first 5 rows, door to door, side by side, like Noah leading the animals to the ark, ready to part the Red Seas and make the Israelites blush. Here we go. Green back in the air in the Geico restart zone, and we are back to racing. Jump on the green, and it will go to Peterson. He will scamper from the field as they dive on the restart in 1.
Yeah, Dennis Moore did not get through the gears cleanly at all and really stacked up that outside lane, and now going to be losing even more positions. You might be wondering what happened was the driver that was previously in second place, Justin Yee, all the way back to 30th place. Issues under pit road for that driver.
Uh-oh, problems there. Uh-oh. Paulus in the Daytona winner. He's on the pit lane. And while that goes on, there's the battles for... second, third, I think it is. Yeah, watching them. The 10, the 44, Cole Raz. Dennis Moore for 4th and 5th, actually. Look at them all at speed. Down into turn 3, they quickly go back out single file. You know, this is, I have to say, Samuel, you go from a pressure cooker mental headache that is Daytona, and then you come here to a virtual place like Atlanta. You got to drive your race. I think it's a nice way of saying it. All right, Sam, you've got to drive your race. It's not like going 200 plus miles an hour and, you know, somebody slips up and they can cost you a mistake. And yeah, that can happen here too, but it's kind of more of, it seems like a conservative drive, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best way to describe it, is driving your own race. You certainly are more focused on how do I keep my car at the best that it can be at all stages of this. So, yes, you can push your car as hard as you want. You can go full throttle for the first 15 laps, but then you will be hurting for the next 20 after that. As everyone else, they're kind of just waiting and lingering on how they're going to be pushing themselves. But, man, this battle for the lead, it is heating up as Dan West Jr. looks like he wants to get the lead.
For the lead. And there's Dan West Jr. trying down to the inside. Going back up to the outside lane. They'll pick back down to the bottom. Peterson along with West. And there's Garber. 1, 2, and 3. Back straight away to 3. No one jumping out of line just yet. Just yet. They'll stay single file. Boy, I'll tell you what, Sam Dyer, what a strong car Lake Peterson has. He has really showed his presence tonight at Atlanta, for sure.
Oh, he certainly has.
Got a caution. And we've got a caution. We got a caution on the speedway. Trouble, problems in the 99. Chris Perez has gone around. Possibly, maybe another car. And this is our second yellow of the race here at Atlanta on lap 31. Replay. Watch the 99, the red car, into the fence. Nowhere to go. Help from Frazier putting him around. Then he got tagged by Devin West. And, and some more people. And the 07 got into him as well. Dana Rogers, I think it's a man, not a woman's name. And the caution will come out.
Man, yeah, I mean, that's got to be frustrating for sure for Torres. Was hoping to try to avoid, and then there just wasn't enough room on the outside. The outside wall snuck up and taking that driver out.
So it was a Torres, Frazier, West, Rogers. Sounds like a law firm accident in the third turn. Do you pit? That's the question. Do you pit? You got an opportunity to pit. You got another 4 sets of tires because you got 5 sets given. The sets on the cars plus another 4 sets in the pits. You have a fast repair available. You can work on damage unless you tear your car out of hell. Then you go on the damage clock. And it's not 5 minutes. It could be 30 minutes. We literally saw at Daytona in the truck race last week, Samuel. You called it with me, actually, where literally Jeff Stabnow, not trying to jinx Jeff, but Jeff Stabnow got in a wreck, had to pit, set on the track for like the last 10 laps, and then he finally got the truck damage repair clock clear, and he came on the racetrack and he got wrecked again.
Yeah, almost immediately when he got back onto the track. You are really not wanting that type of luck.
He was not a happy guy last week to try to interview. I'll just say that. There was a lot of Effie's words used in that thing. Like fried chicken and fried bologna, except another expletive I refuse to use because I'm a professional. At least not on the air.
Oh, man.
You. Beep you. Beep you.
Oh, man.
We go to the pits. Big Bird's calling me old. Not as old as you, Sesame Street. I told Big Bird last night that the next time he runs a race and he comes out to qualify, I'm going to play Sesame Street theme song for him.
Oh, keep the theme rolling. Let's go.
Yes.
Wesley, we'll give you an update. Cars from 30th on back did come into pit road. It looks like about 5 of them taking 4 sets of tires. So we'll see with a difference of 10 laps how much these drivers can cut their way through traffic.
We're going to take a quick break so our producer can get us some Whataburger virtually. We're under the caution flag. And we are currently 32 laps in. Peterson, West, Harbor, Raz, and Moore. Your saw blade top 5, upper left of the monitor. And that's the way they stand. Looks like we are going to stay on the air. You will just show you your top 5. We just wanted to show you your top 5 there. Big thanks to sawblade.com. If a saw won't work, let Blade do it. Sawblade.com. Hey, let's take a look at the weather conditions as well, presented by sawblade.com. And, oh yeah. And it really ain't changed that much, Greg. I'm sorry, Samuel. It ain't changed that much.
No, it's pretty much the same as it was for practice. Still extremely hot. I mean, anything above 80 degrees is certainly a hot track and is going to be causing these drivers to deal with tires wearing a lot faster than what they normally would, and for the track to just slick up and really hard to find grip in this course when it's this hot.
You know, some networks like to show you the pace car pilot lights. We like to ride on board with the pace car driver, and we are going to do just that as the field gets 1 to go. You're about to be inside the pace car as it brings the field down the back straightaway. Look at that. What is he jamming to? Some ZZ Top? Give me all your love and all your hugs and kisses too. Oh, correction, nobody in the cockpit with him, so he's actually singing all by myself.
Oh, Lord. Can't go any further. We'll get in trouble.
Look at that. The iRacing steering wheel has a little logo. It's kind of like a mockery of Toyota. Look at it. It's like the iRacing race car. The pace car. It's the pace car. Oh, it's coming in. Well, I thought for a second he forgot to turn left and go straight. We're back to green. Doing it. Coming up. We're back on lap 40.
Man, After Dark LSRTV is a great time. Like Peterson's doing a great job up front. They're going to be single file for the front four, and then side by side for the battle for 5th place. Oh, man, Wesley, this has been a fun one.
This has been a good one. Yes, sir. We're glad you're along for the ride. It certainly has. The hour of shenanigans continue. Peterson holding off West. Garber. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my goodness, here comes Sean Brightsman. He's going to get up in that mix. As well as Aiden Anderson. Ryan Maines, how about that, Samuel? On lap 40, he's up 17 spots in the 13 car.
Yeah, certainly has been trying to make his name known here today. Has just been staying on that extremely high line compared to everyone else. And it's been working for this 13 so far, as he just stays in the middle and he decides either to run the middle or the third lane all the way up close to the wall and just trying to go the secure, safe route early in these runs.
Number 10 trying to battle for the lead. Lake Peterson under attack. Up the outside, here comes Raz. He's going to put the razzle-dazzle on Peterson. Can he make it work? Through the dog leg, back to the tri-oval at speed. And on the inside, Dan West Jr. on the bottom. Here they come, cross start finish, the roar of the cars at what NASCAR has said is the fastest track in NASCAR at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They get top speeds of 200 plus miles an hour without a restrictor plate. Into the corner, into 2, back straightaway. Great battle for the lead. Here they come again out of 4. That's how fast they're making laps around here, Samuel.
It's so quick that they're going a little bit over 30 seconds per lap and a mile and a half. That is incredible to see for these drivers. And right now, Lake Peterson's got to feel comfortable. Yes, he's had pressure at times, but no driver really has been able to get side by side or past the 0.9 yet. When they get side by side, they're that close for about a lap, and then they fall back and lose about a tenth or so. And it has been very difficult for anyone to have a shot. Really, the battle's been for second on back.
Over 40 laps into this thing, Peterson is still the man out in front. Anderson, top 5. Maines, it's been Moore, Bozier, White. Remember, your top 20 are showed in real time on the upper left monitor. The bottom 5 are the rundown of 21st through 42nd. 50 driver attempted to make this virtual race here tonight. And right now, the best of the Northwest Pacific Coast are battling here on a Monday evening, last Tuesday, wee hours of the morning Eastern time for me, on LSRTV and listening on CRN Sports from Hot Atlanta.
Oh man, I'm just looking in the middle of the field. Yes, up front, everyone is keeping it close in line. A driver that once was up to second place at one moment, that's Justin Yee. He's up to 17th, was once back in 30th place. Right now, then 66. He's got a long ways to go, and luckily there's still a lot of time in this race as we haven't gotten to halfway yet. But maybe another yellow would help the 66 out.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, we saw also Raz just trying so hard to get in there and make a run. And then that just shows you how strong Lake Peterson's car is, Samuel. He literally just bonsai'd like a rocket away from the pack. And now the interval is almost at 2 seconds to second with Raz. Look at that.
Within about 5-6 laps, we saw Peterson pull out to the second lead. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, got to remember, qualifying, he was a full 10th faster than the rest of the field. Really was showing the dominance there, getting the pole position, and never has looked back. Now side by side for second place, as Casey Garber are going to be thinking about possibly making that charge for the leader.
Truly, right now, as we're 50 laps in, it is Lake Peterson, the pick of the litter, over everyone else of 42 tonight so far.
Oh, God, they're wrecking in 3 right now. More cars being collected in. Yellow
Bravo.
just coming out, but over about 5-6 cars involved in this one.
I missed it. Oh, well. Go ahead, Samuel. You saw it. What happened?
I mean, coming into 3, multiple cars just coming over the radio saying, oh, it's wrecking 3, and a little bit ahead of these drivers it was going on. It was on the entry of 3. Some drivers have been trying to go 3 wide, just not able to do so.
We see Corey Walters caught up in it. Let's ride on board with Corey Walters and see what happened in his world in the 9 car. This is coming off of turn number 2, right before the calamity happens. We'll rest our voice and listen. Oh my goodness. He just hit him in the rear.
Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go for Corey Walters.
I mean,
he's not done wrecking. Oh, that was close. I thought he was going to hit him again.
Yeah, I mean, with this new smoke model that came out last week, it has really changed a lot for these drivers. As here's another look at the start of this wreck. They get collected in. That's the 12.
This is the 12 car. Yeah. Oh wow, he about got airborne.
There he goes.
Flipped. Oh my goodness, we didn't see that. Is that Paulison, the Daytona winner? Yes, it is. Oh, it's okay. Somebody in a Jack Daniels car.
Brett Reynolds in 12. Man.
And pit road is easy, except for Cole Raz. I think Cole took on 2 tires. I really think he did.
I think he just went with fuel.
Hey, 2 tires, maybe. Well, you know what? We'll find. We'll bring him in here. He'll talk to me. Let's find our in-car communication and try to find. Oh, I'm losing my spot. Cole Raz. Pick his brain a little bit. A little razzle dazzle, possibly Hail Mary in the early going. 50 laps in. We'll see what is going on here with Cole Raz. Cole Raz, it's Wesley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Was that a 2-tire stop or just fuel only?
Just a little gas and go.
Just gas and go. Why do you feel like you didn't need to change tires?
I mean, tires would definitely help. I feel like this place is definitely eating tires up pretty hard. I just think with only 4 sets left in the bank, I'd like to have 1 more, if we get late race caution, just in case,
Cole, how do you change your driving style from the craziness that was Daytona last week to what is now a track that eats up tires like at Hotlanta?
Man, I feel like Daytona, majority of the race, at least in the Cup, I just tried riding around the back and try and stay out of the big ones. I feel like here track position is pretty important and just being able to manage your tires because Daytona obviously doesn't eat them up as hard. And I think here it really fits into my driving style and just taking care of the tires and trying to be there at the end.
Sam, got anything for Cole Raz?
I mean, Cole, you got a lot. You got 10 drivers in front of you that didn't take tires, and you got drivers behind you that did take tires. How aggressive are you thinking about being here on this run?
I'm not looking to be overly aggressive. I mean, pick them off when we can. I think just try and make this set last as long as possible. And I mean, I'm kind of feeling a long green flag run here. So, if we can make these last and just, once we get that caution, just get back on the same cycle as everybody, and I think we'll be okay.
All right, that is again Cole Raz. Raz, thanks for your time, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, boys.
All right, Cole Raz, we'll see what he can do as they're going to make their way in a moment back to the Geico restart zone, and we'll get back to the resumption of this race. Understanding the top 10 did not pit.
Yeah.
Top 10 did not pit. including Garber, West, Brightsman, King, Lowther, Audenbacher, O'Hare, Tidrick, Stabnow, and Devin West. And one to go at the line.
First car to take tires of those that pitted is going to be the driver in 13th place, Lake Peterson. That 09 has been up front and dominant during this race, but now he's got traffic, and this is going to be the first time we're going to be seeing what the 09 has with the dirty air in traffic. This is really where we're going to see the strength. Does the 09 have the, we know when he's got clean air, he's the fastest car out here, but behind other vehicles in traffic, how well can he cut through?
I'm loving this new iRacing pace car. It looks very, very sharp. Love the logo on the side. Good to see that they finally updated even the pace car. Now they'll update the flagman soon. Barney will become Barry. Here we go. Dan West Jr., Casey Garber on the front row, ready to bring them back to speed. Garber, West, side by side. Brightsman, King. Pace car is in. Coming up on under 55 in, green back in the air, green back out. Here we go. Restart. Garber. His first chance to lick his chops and be in the lead. The leader, Peterson, goes all the way to 13th. The man that led earlier now in 10th as we go back to green.
Yeah, Peterson right now going to be trying to stay low and make his charge up to the front. But immediately to the lead, it's going to be Bridesman there in the 46.
Don Bridesman, the defending Cup Series champion for the Northwest, originally from Puyallup, Washington, now calls Tucson, Arizona home, the home of the Cactus. Down the back straightaway.
Oh boy. Here comes Garber on the outside trying to get that momentum and able to stay at the quarter panel. Able to keep it side by side, but Dan West really looks like he wants to start making moves in the 55, but he is committed to following Garber here. Oh, they're combined, possibly.
Couple of cars in the wall. That's Audenbacher. Audenbacher turned, zigzag, spun, crashed, and Stabnow involved. Lowther down below the bottom of the apron. They're still wrecking like a super speedway crash. Frank Harris and others have to come to a stop. Open up a virtual Waffle House. They are scattered, smothered, and covered from top to bottom. Peterson ate the wall. He was trying to go 3 wide, made a move on the top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies from Grandpa, and then he got caught. And then he took out everybody in the process.
Yeah, Peterson thought he was going to have a little bit more space given to him, but there just wasn't enough space there. Yes, he had the better tires and was making that charge, just didn't work out.
By the way, correction, it was not Stabnow. It was the 70 car of Bryce Beatty. Those cars look so close to each other. They look so unique. But hey, by the way, Stabnow was up in that though, but he got it clear. He was up in that. Let's ride on board with Stabnow just to be showed that it's not him involved. But my goodness, Sam Dyer, he came pretty darn close. Let's watch and listen. This is where it all goes south. For Stabnow, he's all right. Yes. Whoa.
He's smoking. Able to sneak by.
The words of the mask. Okay. And we are under caution. Boy, oh boy. Wreck coming out. Tough break, fast repair done on the pole sitter of Lake Peterson. He will come back out on track. Coming up on 110 laps to go. Top 9 did not pit. We'll show you the Saw Blade top 5. Coming up on 60 laps in. Brightsman leads, the champion of last year, trying to look for that first win of the season and make 2 different winners on the Northwest iRacing Cup Series in Season 2. Back with more from Atlanta in a moment. LSR TV and BRN Sports when we return.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
All right, welcome back to coverage. 60 laps coming up on the board. Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Greg Rentz is off. Samuel Dyer filling in. I'm Wesley Outland, the voice of the Northwest Series. And we are getting ready to come back for the restart next time by. One to go at the flag stand. And this race continues on. What a show it's been so far. It's been an interesting race at Atlanta, Sam. One to go. We go back to green next time by.
Yeah, first about 40 laps, it was Lake Peterson just dominating up front, kept on just pulling away from the rest of the field. And then he decided to come in pit road, needed new tires, and now he's been caught up in this last incident. And we don't know what's going to happen with our pole sitter now. Got to deal with a lot of lap traffic. Got a lot of traffic he has to get through. Some drivers that were up front had to have now make their way into the top 10. Justin Yee, he was second at one point. He's now in 10th place. So a lot of drivers having the potential to make the charge through traffic, but it takes a while to get up there.
So we'll get ready for the restart. John Breitzman, the man that is in the number 1 spot, defending series champion. We've had Paulison win at Daytona. We're looking to see if he can repeat, or we see another first-time winner. Back inside the O'Reilly Auto Parts restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Back to it again here at Atlanta. John Breitzman on the jump. On the inside, he's got West. To the inside for the restart. Some more heavy hitters there. They work their way. Tidrick in the mix as they come off the 2.
Yeah, I mean, BJ Tidrick started all the way back in 32nd position, now up to 4th. This 72 machine certainly has made his charge, and it's helped that he stayed out. And now it's given him a chance to run with the other drivers on the similar lap tires that they're on. And we wait to see what Justin Yee will do as he's already up to 8th.
Caution. Caution is out again. We got trouble. Yellow flag back out. Couple of cars have wrecked up in turn number 4, and it's Daryl Tidrick in the 45. Just as fast as we came to green, we now get another visit by the Banana Republic flag. And if you need to learn in schooling what color that is, bananas are yellow. The caution flag is yellow. Tidrick and Brown and Harris even got involved in the Daytona winner. Stephen Paulison also collected. Wow. You know, I literally just jinxed him. Did you hear me jinx him, Sam? I said he's the only winner of the series, the winner from Daytona, trying to go for 2 wins in a row. And now yeah, it's my fault, Steven. I'm sorry. No, it's your fault. You try to go 3 wide. You can't do that.
Well, he was forced into being 3 wide and then got clipped, so it wasn't even his fault. I will say it was Wesley's fault for jinxing you, but before that incident, he was 4 laps down and needing a lot of help, but that's not the help you need. As cars, a couple of them coming into pit road.
Cars overshooting pit stalls. Look at Torres. Torres overshot his pit stall. Audenbacher's in. Walters is in. 45 is in. That's the one that just got involved in a wreck. That includes Daryl Tidrick.
Yeah, these are cars 30th on back, so not really in the biggest stressful moment for themselves. So can take their time, even if they overshoot their pit stall. Not in the worst position, not going to be losing too many positions if they make a slight mistake now.
Take a look at your saw blade weather conditions. Looks like things have changed here as we approach 60 laps in. Wow.
Up 2
Big change
degrees
there. Holy cow. That's why they call it Hot Atlanta.
I mean, we just looked at it, I mean, just 15 minutes ago, and it has gone up 2 degrees. And now that we're in triple digits, it is just going to make it more slicker, a lot more difficult to hold onto your car. And just like we saw there on that last accident, slight misjudgment mistakes could cost someone else's race if you don't know what's going on with your machine, with it being a little bit hotter.
And a very nice way of lyrics of Aerosmith, Living on the Edge, or Paul Simon. If you're a fan of oldies, they're going to be slip sliding away. And by the way, for more information on how to start your iRacing career, log on to iRacing.com or visit LiveSimRacing.com as well. You're listening on CRN Sports. Coverage on the Community Radio Network, the voice of live sim racing. More information at wearecrn.com. Had an Austin softball game that I broadcasted earlier this afternoon. And we got another one on Thursday. Football Thursday and Friday. Racing on Saturday as well from Florence, South Carolina. Round 2 of the NASCAR Smart Modified Tour. All those events going to be broadcasted live on CRN Sports. WeAreCRN.com, as well as esports coverage tonight and Wednesday with the trucks. 1 to go. We go back to green next time by, and we approach just put up on 100 laps to go. What do you think of the race so far? 65 laps in, Sam Dyer.
It's been good. It's been good watching these drivers. I've been enjoying it so far. I think when we saw Lake Peterson up front, it was a dominant showing. But now that Peterson's further back, we were seeing side-by-side racing for the lead. And Breitzman and Dan West Jr., they are certainly going to be keeping it interesting for our front two. You know, Casey Garber ain't going to be too much to fret about either. He's going to be really challenging. But BJ Tidrick started back in 32nd position. I don't know how strong this car is, but being up front in top 5 certainly has a chance.
You know, we showed you what it was like on board inside the pace car. Let's ride on board with the leader, John Breitzman, in the cockpit of the number 46. And let's see what it's like as he comes back inside the O'Reilly Auto Parts restart zone, ready to bring the field back to green at Atlanta on lap 66, 101 laps to go. Sean Breitzman, the defending series champion of the Cup from Tucson, Arizona, watches that pace car scamper down and make a left. And here he comes through the gearboxes, back to the RPMs. Look at how fast it's already in the red at 9,000, even before he got to start finish. And that is on board with the leader, already in the red at 9,000 RPMs, hitting turn number 1, off of turn number 2, hitting 75, 7,800. Back to the red line, on the back straightaway. Will he get there? Not yet. You see Sean Breitzman working his way at the throttle, RPMs, the brakes, and Samuel Dyer, that's a lap with the defending Cup Series champion, who's out in front and leads the field with 100 laps to go.
Yeah, Breitzman's going to be a tricky situation, and same with a lot of our top 5 right now. They got to be worrying about those tires. They've been out on track for about 41 laps on these sets of tires. They can go for about another 20 to 25 more laps, and then they're going to have to think about pitting here. Yes, there's been a few caution laps so they can serve their tires, but it's going to be so much wear and tear. They've also got to be concerned. Driver in 4th place trying to make a move for 3rd. That's Justin Yee with the freshest of tires out there on track.
Yeah, what a run for him. We'll see what goes on now as he works his way across start finish. Another lap in. Oh, hold on. 5 wide almost. 4 and 5 wide. Boy, oh boy, threading the needle. That was brave. They'll hold it together.
Wide.
There's...
They're still 3 wide, and the driver that was in the middle of a lot of that was Lake Peterson, somehow sneaking his way through. And then you've just got a mingle of drivers on fresh tires and those on older ones. They've got to be careful on how they're going to be reacting through all of the different chaos that's going on. But this is, drivers, they're going to be just seeing a lot of them dropping forward and back. This is probably the most dangerous you're going to see a lot of the cars. You've got to be patient and understanding. If a car closes up on you, you've got to get out of the way or hope that they find some spaces. They're almost 2 or 3 wide again on the backstretch. They're just going to stay 2 by 2. And all this racing that's going on, this is around that 10th place position. And they are still trying to make that charge forward. An update of drivers up front. Justin Yee finally has made his way on that last restart, started in 8th, is up front and pulling away. And a great run for the 66, who on the first pit stop of the race dropped all the way back to 30th position after some mistakes on pit road, has finally rebounded and leading some laps. This has been a wild one, and this is when things get tricky for a lot of these drivers, because those that have stayed out on this last restart, they're going to have to think about pitting here in the next 20 laps. Around lap 90 is that time they might have to make a green flag pit stop. Everyone else, they can go for another about 40 laps or so. That's when things are going to get interesting for us. Justin Yee still up front. And the battling that's really getting close and heavy has to be in around that 5th to 7th place position.
Back to racing again here as we are under 100 laps to go. And now Justin Yee showing his strengths out in front as the leader. Moore in second, Brightsman third, Weston Tedrick, some new cars in the last couple of moments moving up the ladder here. Samuel.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a wild charge. We saw drivers going 3, 4, almost 5 wide there about 3 laps ago. In the middle of all that was Lake Peterson. Peterson's in the top 10, now up to 7th, and now it's trapped trying to make a pass to get into the top 5.
Moore, Brightsman. And look at this now. This is your leader from earlier tonight, Lake Peterson, trying to climb back up after an incident involving a couple of cars, and Odenbacher and Moore on the back straightaway earlier when he got stuck up on the virtual safer wall barrier up out of turn 2. And now he battles West for the top 5 as they work their way out of 4.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be staying side by side, but Peterson should easily make this pass. The tire difference is extremely major, over 30 lap difference. Peterson, freshest tires on track, trying to run down and get back to that first place position. And so far, Peterson's been doing a good job. He's already used the fast repair tonight, so he's got to be careful not to get any more damage on this 09 machine. Probably our favorite of all the drivers to win this race, but still has a ways to go. 3.4 seconds back from our leader of Yee, and has a chance so far, but it's going to be a difficult.
Closing in on halfway as well as Sean Brightsman, now holding off those cars on the inside. The lap on the board.
Lap 77, about to be 78.
I'm trying to figure out what is the 167 divided by 2. Lap 83 will be halfway. Yes, I just did the math. I just did the math in my head. Lap 83 will be the cross flags of the race, and they're still hard to believe as we have 90 laps to go. We ain't even hit halfway yet. There's still a long way left to go in this race at Atlanta.
Yeah, still a long way to go for these drivers in their race, but not very long for drivers to do a green flag pit stop. Remember, we had about 10 drivers that stayed out. Right now, they've been on track for about 50 laps on their sets of tires and fuel. They could probably go for another 10 to 15 laps before green flag pit stops have to start. But that distance is going to be difficult if they can even go that far on just on a fuel and tire sets. That would put them around 70 laps. I don't know if they can make that.
Well, Torres on pit lane in 99, an unscheduled pit stop, it looks like. By the way, the NASCAR Cup Series trucks and Xfinity will be in Hotlanta this weekend for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 weekend doubleheader on Saturday. And this will be the scheduled distance that they will run. They will run in the Xfinity Series 250 miles, 167 laps. So that is the same distance that these Cup cars are running here tonight virtually for the Northwest Cup Series here at virtual Atlanta in the Hotlanta 257. And this is also the same scheduled distance as the eNASCAR Road to Pro competes on as well. So they're using this as well, Samuel, as a lid lifter, if you will, or a tune-up before the Road to Pro race coming up tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of drivers trying to go through the Road to Pro and a chance to be inside and be with the drivers that are with the Pro class and a chance for the Coca-Cola Series possibly.
The Road to Pro is that next advancement up to the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. He still the leader. Look at these cars zigging and zagging. That is Lowther along with the 2 in that mix, working around that slap traffic. Boy. Working their way around the speedway. Dan Lowther currently trying to clear and weasel his way around a couple of other cars. Number 2, James Thurston just heard him. There goes Tyler King in the 21 as well. The Lowther, a lap car in the way, and here comes now Lake Peterson back on the move, looking for third on Ryan Maines to the inside. Couldn't close it off though, Samuel.
Yeah, I mean, Lake Peterson, he's gotten to the point where the tires are starting to equal out a little bit. He's been on these tires for about 24 laps. And now is got to be figuring out how to get by the drivers that are in front of him. It's going to be a difficult run, but doing a great job as he's on the inside making the pass.
Certainly is doing that, and Lake Peterson will move to the number 3 position as he will clear, put him in that spot for third. He'll try to run down Yee and more. And by the way, when they work their way off of turn 4 this time by, cross flags will be in the air from the starter stand from Barney, the iRacing flag man. And we are halfway home. This time by, cross flags, 84 to go. At the line, 83 remaining. And we are going to rest our voice and let you hear the sights and sounds and the roar of the asphalt kicking on Hotlanta tonight, the Northwest Cup Series Extended. back here in Atlanta. And we are closing in on lap 90. Samuel Dyer, Wesley out, Greg Rentz is not with us tonight. Charles Wooten in the production chair. He's got himself some food. We don't have any.
We can talk about food. Did it yesterday.
We can talk about
pies.
Talked about pies.
We talked about Whataburger today.
And Aunt Kathy does agree with me. She does believe that cheesecake is considered a pie. So I will say, hell yes, I'm on with it. I agree. But Charles has got homemade mashed potatoes and chicken. Turkey, correction. It's Thanksgiving in March at the Wooten House. It is turkey breast, and you hear him literally going, nom, 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 nom.
Well, we hear it. The audience don't get the pleasure of hearing him enjoying his food.
But Cookie Monster, you know, we have Big Bird, Eric Cheney, Big Bird. So now he's got a visit from Cookie Monster eating turkey breast.
Exactly.
Charles Wooten. Yes. Anyhow, yes, that's what's going on. That's what's going down. It's going down for real, okay? This is not hashtag fake news. This is literally in our ears. 90 laps in of 167. Laps to go. 77 laps to go.
Justin Yee leading the way. This is the battle for ninth place going on. BJ Tidrick trying his best with the older tires, as well as Dan West Jr. trying to hold off the other drivers behind him. They have the fresher tires, but everyone's kind of in wait mode and also trying to figure out where their pace really is at.
So there's Justin Yee, Dennis Moore, Blake Peterson, 2 and 3, along with Ryan Maines, Sean Breitzman. And the hits just keep on coming. Because here comes Christopher White. The SimStar entry. How about James Viney? Ricky Bozier. They're all trying to crack into the top 10. You're on board now with the Cat Man. I'm the Cat Man. James Viney. And he's looking at RacersOnly.com entry of Ricky Bozier. You don't have to be lonely at a racetrack with RacersOnly.com. Oh my goodness.
Hey, you never know. You could find true love there. With
Swipe
that.
No swiping. On a serious note, look at how dirty the windshield is. Vining has killed a lot of flies.
Yeah, he certainly has. And he's hoping to stay out there for a little bit longer. He's been out there for a while, but man, you got to be careful.
I mean, blind, but now I see. Trouble for Vining.
Jesus, take the wheel with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I can't do this on my own. Here we go.
Well,
Good
it's
run for the
sounding
Catman, though. He's in the top 15.
Yeah, it certainly is. And we're starting to see drivers deciding it's time to pit. For those that stayed out on the last two cautions, they're finally trying to make their move. Bill Ross Jr., one of the first drivers coming to pits. And now we've got Daryl Tidrick going to be coming in, as well as we've got the 07 coming in as well. So the start of pit stops for those that stayed out the longest out of everyone so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this money stops either. We're not even at lap 100. Atlanta 257-ish. 167 lap of distance. We just passed halfway about 10 laps ago. We're coming up on lap 100. The Cincinnati grind around Atlanta. 67 laps to go. Turkey breast, potatoes, and all. For where? Justin Yee out in front. Justin Yee still the man leading the way. Oh, there go the leaders. Were there the other cars? That was a Ricky Bobby line there for a second, Samuel, if you didn't catch that.
I feel so uncultured. I am probably one of the only racing fans that still have not actually watched Ricky Bobby, and I feel bad saying that.
Wow. Were those the other cars? Talladega Nights, by the way. Sir,
What?
you taste of America. Sean Breitzman on pit road. Here comes Sean Brightsman. He's in the pit lane.
Also, Dan
So is
Lathers,
others.
you came in as well.
Whoa, we got a wreck. Oh, someone's in the grass.
Oh, yellow.
In it. Where? Was it because? Yeah, there it is. Oh my goodness. Hayden Anderson and all these cars that pitted on the pit lane might get stuffed.
Ooh,
Look at this. Right in the middle of green flag pit stops beginning. Hayden Anderson.
Oh, Hare, no.
That's right. Oh, he got turned. Son of a. Look at that.
O'Hare didn't know that he was coming in and just plowed right through the 37, getting him around.
Watch this again. Stephen O'Hare. Here's me coming through. Let's ride on board the 41 after we see this from this angle. Look at. Just literally. I mean, come on. Look, listen. Oh, he just grazed him. I mean, it was just just tap it in. Just tap it in. A little tap-a-tap-a-roo.
I mean, when you're tapping someone, when you're going 160, 150 miles per hour, it's a pretty big hit.
Yeah, I mean, when you're tapping that, you're not supposed to do it that hard. He did it soft, and look at the end result.
Yeah, you're supposed to know your
pit lane. That's right. Here you go. Cars are on the pit lane. Here we go. Everybody, except the ones that pitted earlier, have pitted on the track now. But I wonder if guys like Sean Brightsman, James Vining, Martin Tomlick, they're going to go to the top of the scoring pylon. And yes, they will. 46 to the lead. Boy, did he play him like a feather. Race off pit road. Lake Peterson, he'll come out third. Feather, fiddle, tomatoes, eat your mashed potatoes and turkey breast.
Oh, no. Oh,
What?
guys, this is not... Brightsman came into the pits under green, remember, and when the yellow came out, he felt like he was going to lose too many laps, so he actually did not even pit. So he's going to have to come back in pit road again, which is going to put him all the way back in last place of those on the lead lap.
Womp, womp, womp. That was my best impression of a vocal sound horn that, you know.
Oh, he keeps on missing it. Oh, no.
Come on, man. Now he's got to really clean his tires. He got tires and grass in his tires.
Hey,
They're going to give
could be a penalty.
That could be a penalty on Brightsman as an unsafe pit entry. By the way, we're 100 laps in, 67 to go in the Hot Atlanta 257. We'll step away. Saw Blade, top 5 now, reshuffled. Goes like this as Sean Brightsman overshoots his pit stall. Peterson, Moore, Maines, Marcy. Top 5 presented by sawblade.com. Back for more from Atlanta. It's getting hot Atlanta here on LSRTV and CRN Sports with under 70 remaining. Just over 100 laps in. Welcome back to Hot Atlanta. The Atlanta Motor Speedway virtually. And the big boys of NASCAR will be there this weekend for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. By the way, just got a text from my buddy Ted Alstead. He said, let people know tickets are available for Saturday. Sunday is a sellout. for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 for the Cup Series on Sunday. That is a sellout due to COVID restrictions. They're only able to sell around, I think it was, what did he say, 20,000 tickets? The Ted, Carl said get a hold of him to get the bill for plugging the race. Pace cars in. Under 100 laps in, 66 to go. Back to the O'Reilly Auto Parts restart zone. Green back in the air. And how about it, Yee Squared? Bring them some speed into turn one. He has pulled away a car link, 2 links, maybe more. Yee, Peterson, Moore, Maines, Marcy, top 5 off 2.
Yeah, it's time for Yee to really calculate what the pacing is going to be like. Do you want to save fuel to make sure you've got enough to make it to the end, or push and hope that you can run down everyone? They are right on the edge of the window to make it on fuel. It's really going to be a tight one. Here comes Lake Peterson on the outside, on the inside.
For the lead. This is for the lead too. Peterson and Yee. And by the way, you see the cars? You see how identical they are? They're teammates. Teammates for Yee Squared and Lake Peterson in the 09.
Oh, God. Wreck on the backstretch, guys.
Trouble back straight away. And we got a caution. We got trouble again. Oh, my goodness. That's O'Hare. No, that's King. That's Tyler King. God almighty, those cars look the same. Damn you, pills, oranges. Caution out for the 21. Tyler King. Oh, wow.
It's a tosser.
Welcome to a, no, that's a pirouette spin right there. That's something you see in the gymnastics world. Oh, what a nice little spin there, sliding. Warning, if you are somebody that can get seizures easily, we encourage you to turn away right now. We encourage you right now. Yes, turn away. Yes, right now, turn away, and we'll take a listen.
He was just a pizza pie being spun around. Oh, no.
By the way, Ed Cathy says, you've not seen Talladega Nights. Shame on you.
I just never had the opportunity, okay?
You are announcing a race, and you have not seen. Literally, listen, okay, you have no excuses, all right? It is literally 1:17 Eastern Daylight Time for me in the Carolinas. It is only 10:17 Pacific Daylight Time, because yes, we did set our clock ahead Sunday morning at 2 a.m. For you in the West Coast of California. So when this is over, you need to go on Netflix or Hulu, or we're not promoting them, I'm sorry, they don't give us money. Some type of app on your computer and put in watch Talladega Nights and watch it. And
oh, man.
no, do not watch Little Cuties. What's wrong with you?
Absolutely
you know what?
not.
Some people find that movie offensive, and I just want to apologize to everybody at LSRTV, CRN Sports, and Rocket Media. We did not mean to offend anybody for saying that. Yeah, don't watch Little Cuties. That's right. Watch Talladega Nights. I literally, speaking of Little Cuties, I literally watched. I read something this morning when I. No, listen, seriously. No, listen, seriously. I woke up this morning and I read something on social media where a woman was charged with several counts of trying to harass, bully, and intimidate with photos. Sabotage photos, indecent photos, girls that were competitors on her cheerleading squad's daughter's squad, and even came as far as telling kids to kill themselves because they were cheerleaders and were AKA fat. And it was just like, what? Why would you do that? So, yes. That's shame on you.
There are monsters out there in the world.
There are some vindictive little cuties, or big cuties too.
Oh man. Oh yeah, he went way further than I thought it was gonna go.
And speaking of Peel's oranges, the cuties are my favorite to eat. Anyhow, we're under caution. Oh, Samuel, before I get fired, we got 60 laps to go.
This caution certainly is helping drivers out if they were hoping to save fuel, and LSRTV After Dark has been an interesting one.
Hey, don't forget, coming up on Wednesday night, we'll have coverage of round 2 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series in Season 8. I think I kept saying it was Season 9 last week. It's Season 8. Season 8 for the trucks. And I did? Okay, good. I'm not hashtag fake news on that. Then we're in Atlanta on Wednesday. Same time as Monday. By the way, if you're new and you're like, well, I thought the trucks was on Thursday. Well, now they're moved to Wednesday night. So Truck Series on Wednesday night, Cup on Monday. Underway just into the second races of the season. And we'll have you covered all season long for the next 30 weeks, or less than 30 weeks now, on LSRTV, your home for sim racing, livesimracing.com, and for those listening on CRN Sports at wearecrn.com. Next car getting ready to drop onto the pit lane, and we're ready to re-rack them, restack them. Teammates about to become enemies possibly. G squared, Lake Peterson into the green start zone, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts and Green Flag. Samuel, it's yours.
I mean, right now, Dennis Moore is kicking off. I'm just letting these guys drive and just hearing those engines roar. As Moore's got the momentum on the inside, keeping it close right now, giving Yee a chance, but got to be careful. Here comes White.
Whoa.
Drivers we haven't really seen up front as White gets too close to the apron and drifts up.
And you see Ryan Maines up there in the purple car. Yeah, that's the Joker. Ryan Maines closing in on Dennis Moore. So impressed with Dennis Moore, the run he's got so far tonight as well. Look at this.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. I think someone's going to be trying 3 wide.
That's Devin West. Little sideways there. And son behind him, father behind him, son West, father West, right there, one behind the other. And there you go with Moore, Barber. Ooh. Look at these guys. While that goes on, Lake Peterson is out in front. Gonna get the word out there for a second.
Hey, words can be hard sometimes. The speak is in front of them. Moore gets out of shape. Gonna be losing time. And also, it's gonna be Lake Peterson. Looks like he got out of shape. Here comes Yee trying to make a pass for the lead.
Battle for the lead. Teammates there, as we mentioned. Friends for how long? Peterson and Yee, Maines, now 1, 2, and 3. Devin West, father, Dan West, top 5.
Oh, the cars in the back having slight issues. Looked like the 53 got out of shape. Vining as well, and somehow he stayed green, even with the stuff that was going on in the back.
Up the racetrack, Frazier inside the West family. Ooh, wow. Boy, did you see Frazier run out of room there. He about hit the wall.
Oh, boy, these guys have to be careful, especially with the wall. It's just sticking out, coming out of these corners, and that's where you really can lose a lot of time. And you don't want to damage your car. We've seen a lot of drivers already use their fast repairs. You only had one to utilize. They get damaged now. You are going to have to repair it manually.
People are saying in the chat box, Wesley, you got to convert to pills. This is a trunk load. There is a trunk load of them on the backstretch right now. And Kathy says, I had to Google cuties. I am so out of the loop.
Oh, no.
Am I the only one who noticed that Seth Frazier parked it about 60 laps ago? No, you're not. We literally did our jobs, Aunt Kathy, and said that the pallbearer was, oh, no, out of the race. Yes.
Yeah,
and honestly, Samuel, that's going to be a hit for Seth Frazier, as he got himself a top 4 in the race at Daytona last week. That's going to hurt him in the points.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to hurt him in the points, but you can have one bad race in the regular season.
Trouble. That's Raz. Cole Raz just turned in on somebody. That's Anderson. No, that's not Anderson. Hayden Anderson turns down into the 23 machine of White, or Williams, actually. Oh, wow, it is Christopher White. Oh, my goodness. And I gotta, did he turn down on him intentional, or did he pop a tire? Oh, White, wow, turned up in, oh, wow, oh, my goodness, wow. White turned up into Anderson. Anderson fishtailed, then he came back down on White, and there you see in unison they crash.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson tried his best to save it.
I was trying to think they were at war with one another, but it just seemed like a simple incident there, just a simple racing deal.
Yeah, and they've been out there for about 16 laps, so this is around the time, if you've been aggressive trying to push your car, you start to get loose out of two. It's not able to.
It's out again. Caden Anderson. Caden Anderson not having a good day here at Hot Atlanta, as it's getting hot in the final. Go to our communications. Pit road is open. We'll check in on Caden Anderson. Caden Anderson, LSRTV, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
What happened to you, bud?
I don't know. I think the guy on the inside of me just got loose, and there was nothing I could do about it. We already took our faster break we got ran into earlier, so my night's done.
Tough break. It looks like definitely he will be out of the race. Caden Anderson, man, it seems like it is so hard now to just make the race, for that matter, as well as race in it, because of such a stout field of talent you guys run now. 50 cars attempted to make this race tonight.
Yeah, we get a lot of good guys in here, and then we get some people that just don't know what they're doing. Fortunately, I was caught up in some luck that just bad luck, honestly. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do here, and hopefully just ride and cars that get taken out of the race completely and make up positions on.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, tough break for Caden Anderson. Sam Dyer, it sounds like he is saying his night is bon voyage.
Yeah, a couple of other drivers also can be added to that list of feeling like their race is done. Parking it is going to be Dana Rogers in the 07, as well as Casey Tillman in the 92. Parking it, another DNF added to the pile.
So you don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com or in the garage area virtually, as they are out of the race as well. Quick break. 50 laps to go. Back with more from Hot Atlanta in a moment. Sawblade 5 LSR TV. Why is the camera popping up on my monitor? I do not want to. No. Close. More coverage in a moment when we return from Atlanta.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back to Atlanta, ready for the restart, under 50 laps to go. He is Samuel Dyer. I am Wesley Outland. Charles Wooten in the production chair. Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media LLC with coverage on LSRTV and CRN Sports of round 2 of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Yes, it's 1:30 Eastern Time in the Carolinas. I have been announcing something one way or another since last Monday. I still have my voice. Back to the restart zone. Here they come. Back to green. Sean Brightsman, O'Hare, Reynolds, Burke, Peterson. New cars in the top 5. Array they roar. Back to turn 1 there, Samuel.
Oh boy, and they're 3 wide battling for 5th place as Yee's trying to get by. He's going to go to the apron and still force it 3 wide.
Woo! They're 3 by 3 by 3 there for 3 rows back behind West Jr. As everyone else now goes back single file up the hill. Briar Reynolds now on the inside is Dan West Jr. now going after Peterson for that spot. Briar Reynolds stuck on the outside lane. Peterson goes around O'Hare. He's going for second, 2 for 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was at the start of this run, we had our top 5 all on old tires while everyone else went for the new fresh ones, and that's why we're seeing everyone scatter as much as they have been.
West Jr. down to the bottom. Lap cars, more cars out of the way. Wow. Is it just me? But is it just me, Samuel, or has the drivers really virtually just get up to intensity mode here on this last restart? They're going after it now.
Yeah, I mean, now they're feeling the pressure. It has been very difficult to try to cut your way up through traffic, especially with the dirty air. If you are on the same set of tires, you just cannot make the same passes as you want. Pass for the lead. Lake Peterson able to make that move. Dan West Jr. going to be following suit with the 09. He's going to be trying to make a pass for the leader here as Peterson trying to pull away if possible.
Well, Peterson has moved back to the lead. Lake Peterson back to P1. The pole car, Dan West Jr., the winner of the truck race at Daytona last Wednesday night, the defending Truck Series champion, the defending Cup Series champion, right behind him in 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, Bridesman needs a caution. All the drivers that stayed out, I mean, O'Hare, Ross Jr., all of these guys that stayed out on that last restart, they are hurting now, and they're going to need a caution because everyone else that's out on track, they can make it to the end of this race if we stay green.
Lap 124 of 167. 124 laps completed. Peterson out in front. West, Raz, Brightsman now. Off 2, back straight away. Oh, Brightsman company from the 12. Oh, that's Garber, actually. Casey Garber. Devin West. Idrick now right behind them as well. Brightsman in trouble. Oh, man. Brightsman's in trouble, Samuel. It looks like he's just lost his tires or handling. He's literally got passed by 4 or 5 cars in the last 4 laps.
Yeah, right now he's running with about 15 lap older tires than the rest of the field, and that's why we're seeing him lose it so much. He did not pit on that last restart, stayed out, had the lead, got a couple of laps led, but tires were needed. Like I said, these drivers with that last pit stop could make it to the end of this race, as that's going to be King, I believe, on the apron getting past.
The old cliche, tires are what win races. Still a long way to go in this one. It is 127 of 167. We're 40 laps to go now. Settling in for the home stretch. Peterson, West, Raz now put Yee squared up to the number 3 spot.
He's trying to get that position. It's going to be a struggle as he's on the inside. Raz could try to battle back, but that could hurt his tires here. But he's going to stay on that 3rd lane, trying to get the momentum coming down to 2.
Keep an eye on that. Tidrick as well. BJ Tidrick, the only win he got on the series was a interesting race at Darlington last year, where we had a virtual rain delay, if you will, weather delay, that got postponed with the race for 45 minutes. Tidrick was able to capitalize on the misfortunes of others having netcode or interference issues, and was able to capitalize and win a wild one at Darlington. That was back in July of last year, or June of last year, actually.
I mean, Tidrick right now, a great run, running in 6th place, started all the way back in 32nd position. It's just, if Tidrick had a better qualifying run, this 72 machine certainly would be someone to watch out for. But luckily in the top 10, trying to get into the top 5, as Cole Raz, I think he's burned off those tires, loses another position and might lose it. 5th place here is BJ Tidrick coming strong in the 72.
Yep, coming strong, sending it. And doing really well. Coming across the line. Wow. Bossier, farmersonly.com machine. You don't have to be lonely trying to get around Jeff Stab now. To the inside.
Both these drivers on similar tires, so they're really just being equal at the moment. But they're kind of being stalling out the drivers behind them. 35 not able to really make any moves, stuck behind watching these guys side by side.
There goes Tidrick on the inside. Peterson, West, Yee, Garber, Raz, Tidrick, West, Bossier, Marcy. Top 10. Remember Josh Marcy, Samuel, problems earlier in the race, the 35. He's climbed the ladder back into top 10.
Yeah, involved in a couple of incidences and has slight rear left damage, but still running well for the 35. And now the field is going to get really interesting. We had about 5-6 cars on that last restart that did not pit. They are now starting to trickle into pit road. And then we're going to be seeing a lot of drivers with fresher tires scattering through and really making charges through the cars on the lead lap.
And while that goes on, look at Tidrick and Raz and West battling for 5th, 6th. Boy, oh boy, one wrong slip, Sam Dyer, and that could be calamity.
Yeah, I think the driver I'm most concerned about would have to be whenever we're seeing them side by side with West and Tidrick, just because of the fact that we are getting close to that lap 20 marker of wear and tear on these tires, and that's when you start to see drivers getting loose at it too. It really feels like the car has been stable for all this time, and then randomly it just snaps on you, and you got to be quick on letting off the gas so you can catch your car before you start losing that back end.
Blake Peterson, the man that honestly, can we say, Sam, that has just dominated the first half of the race. Then he kind of got involved in an accident. Not kind of. He got involved in an accident, actually. Had to make a fast repair. Rallied back through the field. And now as we approach 30 laps to go, he is the man back out in front. And he's got the Daytona truck winner and the Truck Series champion of last year, Dan West Jr., methodically making his way up to half a second, almost about a second back, almost 900 seconds back point. 900 to Dan West Jr. There he is. Now the interval has been called, now a second. He is back at 2 seconds, or a second and a half in third. There's his teammate. Garber is 3 seconds back or more, along with a 4-second gap to Devin West, your top 5. Then you got about a 4, 5, 6 second gap to the top 10 between Raz, Tidrick, Stabnow. Good run for the 24. Marcy, Bozier, the top 10.
I mean, it has been a great run for a lot of these guys. I mean, for Marcy, Stabnow, and Bozier, I mean, all three of those drivers involved in an incident at some point during this race, able to rebound, come back. Even the car that's leading this thing of Lake Peterson. Peterson able to get by Kaden Anderson, who is heavily damaged, not able to get that car repaired anymore. Just deciding to chug along and try to get as many points as possible for the 37, but Lake Peterson, I would be concerned right now. Yes, he got up to a second lead gap, but Dan West Jr. is slowly was chipping away at that, but I think it might have been the fact that Peterson had that dirty air from the lap car as 09 pulling back out to 0.9 second lead.
30 laps to go. We're going to go side by side for the final time. We will take you to the checkered flag when we return. You're not going to miss the thing. The finish here at Atlanta. Sawblade top 5 on the up left right there. And Lake Peterson trying to win from the pole at Atlanta for round 2 of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. We'll take you to the checkers when we come back in a moment.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Northwest Cup Series. Right now, Lake Peterson leading the charge with a 0.8 second lead over Dan West Jr. Third place, you got Justin Yee, Casey Garber, and Devin West. That's your top 5. As we are back here for round number 2 at Atlanta, as we are clicking the laps away. Right now, Lake Peterson wanting this race to go green, has been feeling comfortable and continues to just pull away from the rest of the field. My name is Sam Dyer. Wesley Outland went away, and he'll be back shortly. Oh, you're back. Let's go.
I'll be back. I'll be back. I told you I'd be back. I'd be back.
All right, so we're down to the finish. Coming up here with under 20 laps to go. And again, look at this run for Lake Peterson. Dan West Jr., Justin Yee, 1, 2, and 3. Devin West, BJ Tidrick. Can we show Tidrick's car? The red 72. This car up 27 spots in the race today so far. The highest climber of the race, if you will, is the number 72, Samuel, of BJ Tidrick.
Yeah, started 31st position. It took a couple of bold strategies to stay out when other drivers decided to pit. Some quick cautions, put himself in a position to pit with everyone else on the same tire strategy. And since then, BJ Tidrick's been up in the top 10, but now in the top 5, and just battling around this zone almost for the final half of this race. It's been a fabulous run for the 72.
Yeah, very impressed with the driver of the 72 of BJ Tidrick and where he's at, where he's gone, and looking for that second win on the Northwest Cup Series. He won at Darlington, as I mentioned earlier. Right now, sitting in a good position comfortably in the top 5. Working their way off of 2. Could this be the settle into the finish, or could we have a late race caution?
I think we might have a late race bloomer right now. Justin Yee, he dropped back to 4th place early on this restart and slowly was just waiting for his time to make a charge forward. The last 3 laps, he's been running about a 10th faster than Lake Peterson and has been trying to catch up to our leader. It went from a second lead over Dan West Jr. to now Lake Peterson only has a half a second lead over Justin Yee.
So keeping an eye on a couple teammates here. Moving around lap traffic. That's that 67 of Troy Daggett involved in an accident earlier today. And now there they are. You wonder why they look like bumblebees? The same colors, their teammates. Blake Peterson, Justin Yee, ready to put that.
That last time out of 2, Blake Peterson just looked like he's got on the throttle a little bit too soon. He looks like he's extremely tight out of these corners, not feeling the same grip, and that tight sensation certainly kicking in. And now you got to be concerned for Blake Peterson. If he gets onto the throttle a little bit too soon, could get loose at times. It's that weird boundary and balance of finding your position where you want to place yourself. Yee able to make the pass by that lap car of Frank, and now going to be making the charge. It's less than a half a second between the teammates of Blake Peterson and Justin Yee, and about a second back from our leader. That's where you've got Dan West Jr. kind of now in cruise control, hoping not to lose another position. Between these two drivers, as now it is coming to less than 20 laps to go. Certainly, it's been an up and down race for a lot of these guys. I do want to report that Roy Grande has parked it for the race, and going to be another DNF racer here today, but certainly a great charge as Blake Peterson looked like the favorite was dominating, but will Justin Yee come back? The 66 still within 0.4 seconds back, and he's kind of stalled out. I don't know if the 66 has anything more left, and it's going to be a tough one for sure. I was looking at where drivers are at right now. I mean, some of this is going to come down to who saved the most. Wesley, it's been certainly a challenge for these drivers. We thought had a chance, but it looks like he's falling back now.
Yeah, we're down to under 20 laps to go. And we saw an opportunity for Yee to close in. And my take is this. Either he backed away to get that reset to get one more time to pounce on him before the finish, or he's losing ground, or Peterson, thirdly, has just showed his momentum like we've seen other times. Even now his teammate, Samuel, to put it on the afterburners and buzz away from the field. Peterson now opens up almost half a second now over his teammate, and Yee trying to reel him back in like bait on a hook.
Yeah, it's really on the entries of corners where Yee just seems so much faster. Also coming out of 4 is where Yee has the faster car. 1 and 2 is where Peterson has the better machine, and then 3 and 4 is where Yee comes back, keeping it around 4/10 to 3/10. That's where they've been staying. I think Yee just needs to try to save that right rear, and it might have a chance.
Yeah, I think you're correct on it, as we have literally moved our way to the final 15 laps to go, this time by a start finish. And Peterson is the man. He was the fast qualifier. He sat on the outside of the front for Daytona last Monday night. And now as we approach the home stretch, this 106-7 lap contest, he is up in the number 1 spot from the pole. His teammate nestled right behind him, ready for a wrong slip if he can. And also West is there, father and son. Hidrick, we mentioned the red 72 Milwaukee colors. He's got a good run in the top 5, and we are under 15 laps to go now here at Atlanta.
Leaders also have to worry about the cars that stayed out. We knew they couldn't make it. They needed to make another pit stop. And O'Hare now making the passes by our front 2. That's going to be hurting Yee the most. Oh, man. This is our front 2. It is going to be extremely close. Yee had it down to 2/10. Now up to 4/10 because of the lap car.
Here he comes down to the inside. More lap traffic. That's that 41 machine trying to get out of harm's way of Stephen O'Hare. Trying to clear by those cars. So you have now the leaders overtaking lap traffic and putting O'Hare a lap down. He currently is in 27th. Caden Anderson. They weren't able to clear him just yet, and they'll try to run him back down at the start-finish. And here's the thing, as we approach 11 laps to go, literally you know, Justin can, Samuel, take advantage of this lap traffic in front of Peterson and use them as a pick to try to go to the lead, and he's going to try to do just that as they work their way to 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick and choose right now for Peterson. It's really a choose. Do I want to, let off, save my tires, and hope to cool off the rear right to make a final hold off? But Yi just seems so much better the longer this run goes. This is going to be extremely close, but it looks like a little bit loose sensation for Lake. Got on the throttle a little bit early there, coming out of 2, and now it's setting up Yi coming into 3.
Here comes Yi. Peterson slipped up. He opened the door for Justin Yi, his teammate. No more. It's time for teammates to battle as rivals to decide the win here at Atlanta. 10 laps to go. Turn 1. The battle of the bees continues in turn 1 and 2.
It's just that's where Peterson seems to be the quickest, is going through corner number 1, gets a little bit tight out of 2, and it gives Yi an opportunity entering turn number 3, and that's where you really want to make the passes on the entry of 3, just because you can hold so much more speed. Entry of 1, there's a little bit of a bump on the inside that you don't want to hit, or will bog you down, or even could launch you up to that second groove. So you got to be careful, as these drivers still right on top of one another.
And that's the lap car of Casey Garber behind them. He is in 20th.
Oh, Yi into the wall.
Wow, trouble. Wow, Yi into the wall. Crashes down below the inside. It's all over for Justin Yi as he comes back on the course. Damaged, beaten, battered, bruised, defeated. He will fall all the way into the top 10 down the scoring pylon. And this might have just sealed the deal for Lake Peterson.
Yi, frustration going into pit road almost. Looks like he might have been caught speeding and frustrated at the lap car. It seems like Yi just got frustrated on where the lap car was trying to pass him on the exit, and it costed Yi. He had to put a little bit too much wheel into the corner, which got him loose. Overcorrection is what took him out.
And no caution, might we add, as well. 7 laps to go, this time by at the start-finish line. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. A slip by Justin Yi. To the victor goes the spoils.
Oh.
And Lake Peterson has put himself in the catbird seat. The West family are 2nd and 3rd. They're still 2.5 seconds back. I don't think they got enough time to catch Peterson.
The next closest battle that is really interesting is the battle for 3rd place. BJ Tidrick, he might have started back, but now side by side with Devin West, trying to get a 3rd place position here.
6 to go. Tidrick down to the inside of Devin West to look that spot. That's for 3rd to put him on the podium. Devin West also a top 3 in the truck race the other night, while Father West won. Devin West finished in 3rd. 6. Make it 5 laps to go. Open hand from the flagman Barney on the flag stand here in Atlanta. 5 to go here in the Hotlanta 257. And it is all Lake Peterson. The drama unfolded. You saw it live. You heard it live. And then you seen Yi with that slip. If there's not a late race caution, it is all Lake Peterson, the dominator. Even coming back from a caution himself and winning here. He's got 5. Now make it 4 to go. Samuel Dyer at the line in Atlanta this time by.
He had to cut his way through the field twice tonight. He had to come in around lap 60 to get fresh tires, put him all the way back around 25th position, got up to around 13th, involved in that incident that made him have to use a fast repair, climbed his way up, now up front. We knew once he got fresh air, no one really had a chance. Yi tried to put up a battle, but it's just, you never know when a car can get loose. And just like that, when less than 10 laps to go, Yi was out of this thing.
3 to go. 3 at the line. Peterson, all he has to do is just hit his marks. He has literally not even trying to pick up speed, pulled away. West losing ground. There's the interval. Halfway to the backstretch, exiting off 2 is West. Their interval is there, 2.5. 4 seconds back almost for Tidrick, who has moved to third. What a good run for the 72. To the line this time by 2 to go. Big land at the stripe for Peterson.
Yeah, I mean,
West, Tidrick and more.
Lake Peterson got the pole, was a tenth faster than everyone else when he was qualifying, knew he had the speed and the pace to get this thing done. He's got himself just a couple of more corners to go.
Into turn number 3, he'll stay to the side of the racetrack. In the middle of a groove, now hugs the bottom lane. He'll work his way off the 4th turn through the cookie cutter entrance of the dog leg, off of turn 4 through the O'Reilly Auto Parts restart zone to the white flag. The CRN 1 to go. 1 more lap to go. Proud sponsor of LSRTV. The voice is CRN. Final time on the back straightaway for Lake Peterson.
Lake Peterson just hoping that no lap cars wreck in front of him and it stays clean as everyone's getting through nice and neat. Here it comes out of 4.
And I believe he will also be another first-time winner on the Northwest iRacing Cup Series as he exits turn 4 through the dogleg. Lake Peterson, 2 different winners now in the year. He'll win the Atlanta 257. Second spot will go to Dan West Jr. Truck winner at Daytona, defending Truck Series champion, second tonight. After some bad luck Daytona last week as well. BJ Tidrick, up 29 spots in the race, will finish in 3rd. Devin West 4th. Christopher White with problems earlier, he'll finish 5th. Then it's Bozier, Raz, Marcy, Stab Now, and more, the top 10, as the rest of the field comes across the start-finish line.
Man, this has been a wild race, and what's incredible for all these drivers is that just the track kept on getting hotter and hotter. You didn't know when it was finally going to cool off, if it was ever going to cool off. And I think that might be another factor that got Yee sideways and overcorrecting his car. The only driver that had a chance to beat Lake Peterson, and once he was out of it, you knew that only a caution could possibly take this win away from Lake.
And Lake Peterson, another, and I want to check here with everybody, but I believe he is another first-time winner. Just even Paulison at Daytona last week. Lake Peterson, another first-time winner in 2 races. This is shades of the Cup Series. Michael McDowell won Daytona, and then Christopher Bell won the road course race. So now, and by the way, the Cup Series has had 5 winners in 5 races this year. We could possibly be seeing that same trend. 2 for 2 so far, and first-time winners to boot. Let's take a look at the Sawblade.com unofficial results here from the Hotlanta 267. Lake Peterson is your winner. Dan West Jr. second. BJ Tidrick third. See the interval almost 2.5 back. Devin West on there to 4th. Christopher White 5th. Ricky Bozier, Cole Raz, Joshua Marcy, Jeff Stabnow, Dennis Moore. Samuel, your top 10.
In top 11, you've got James Thornton, who's going to be trying his best to have a really good run. One of those drivers we weren't really expecting, and almost got a top 10 finish. Sean Stabnow, Sean Bridesman. And Bridesman, one of those drivers that had to stretch it as far as he could and got up to 12th place. Vining, Rick, Maines, Reynolds, and then Beatty, Garber, Ross, and that's your top 20 right there.
21st, we'll find Justin Yee after his slip. Thunder 10 to go, trying to run down Peterson for the win, and a lap car in the way. He'll finish 1 lap down. It's going to be also Corey Walters, 22nd, Carl Burke, 23rd, Stefan O'Hare, 24th, Caden Anderson, 25th. Then it's Troy Daggett, John Ottenbacher, Dan Lowther, Timmy Cannell, and Daryl Tidrick, your top 30.
And then these are the drivers that really could not even make it that far. Seth Frazier, Brett Johnson, and then also Aaron Cooper. They were hoping for better days, and they really need a rebound next week.
And then you look at, again, the rest of the rundown. From there on back, again, you mentioned Harris, Smith, Paulus, the Daytona winner, Roy Grande, Tyler King, Rogers, Tillman, Huffines, Torres, Frazier. There's your top 40. And then Brett Johnson and Aaron Cooper, who he mentioned, having a bad night. And then out of 50 cars, those are your 42 that took the green flag. When we come back, we will talk to our top 3, including BJ Tidrick, Dan West Jr., the runner-up, and Lake Peterson, another first-time winner on the Northwest iRacing Cup Series here at Atlanta. Coverage continues post-race in a moment. LSRTV and CRN Sports, the Northwest iRacing Cup Series in the books. Atlanta provides a second first-time winner. Welcome back. Coverage of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Wrapping up from Atlanta. The Hot Atlanta 257 is in the books. I'm Wesley Outland. We have got Samuel Dyer in for Greg Rentz. By the way, don't forget, right here, same place, same networks. Wednesday night, 11:30 Eastern Time. Coverage of round 2 as well for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. We're going to wrap it up and talk to another first-time winner, just like Paulison at Daytona, Lake Peterson here at Atlanta. That's all coming up. But first, on the podium, third place, we're going to holler at the man, and that is BJ Tidrick. BJ, good run, man. Good to see you on the podium again. I think it's the last time I talked to you was, well, besides off mic, was Darlington in your win last year. Welcome back to the podium.
We had a couple good races between here and there, but yeah, I mean, I was just glad to get the season back underway. It was a long off season waiting on the Cup Monday to come back.
And I know you like cookies, so what kind of cookies did you get?
Oh, my wife hooks it up. I got chocolate chip cookies. There's nothing you can't beat chocolate chip cookies. The only cookie that can beat chocolate chip is the big molasses Franz cookies. I could wreck a box of those.
My mouth is watering. Cookie, Sam Dyer, cookie.
Oh, this cookie sounds so good right now. BJ, you had to start all the way back in 32nd position. You probably were one of the drivers that got the best feel of the dirty air. How was it trying to cut your way through traffic?
So at first I actually thought I was just going to kind of ride and save my tires, but everybody just kind of started losing speed so early in the run. And I don't know, I think just maybe the way I kind of drove the corner, it just kind of worked for me, and I kept the tires really neutral. I actually looked at my first set of tires after that first run, and I was like paired up 84 wear on the right side, which is really good. I didn't burn up one tire or the other. And actually all night the car just stayed really good. So I didn't get a single incident all night, never had to use my fast repair, and I had 2 sets of tires in the pits. We actually stayed out on that second run, Brightsman, myself, Dan West, a couple of the other of us. And honestly, the car fired off really good on old tires. Yeah, we got past, but I think it was a net gain of like 10 spots overall. So it just worked out really well. And I mean, just a track that fit me pretty well.
Well, on to the next one before we let you go, bud. Thank your sponsors on that number, 72.
Well, basically, that's my wife. She's not listening. She thinks my video gaming is dumb, but if she didn't let me play, then I wouldn't be. Yeah, I know. I say that to her. I say, it's a simulator. And she goes, it's a video game. But anyways, no, thanks for putting this on, guys. Thanks for having us out. And maybe we'll have another good run here next week.
BJ Tidrick, he'll finish on the podium third here tonight at Atlanta. Second spot runner-up, Dan West Jr. Boy, got himself a Truck Series win last week at Daytona. Defending champion, second in the Cup Series. After, can we say, Dana, a roller coaster ride at Daytona last Monday night. You redeem yourself. Good points day, second spot. Just could not run down Lake Peterson. Your thoughts in the 55 for second?
Oh, we definitely in the top 3. We weren't a second place car. Some unfortunate situation happened there. I'll let those two hash it out. But those guys were in a whole nother zip code, man. Justin and Lake were awesome. I was just trying to hold in there. I just couldn't keep the tires under me like some of these guys were. I just was overdriving the car, obviously. We had some short run speed, but no long run speed. So, yeah, I feel fortunate. We had some pit stops there that didn't quite go our way. So then we had some cautions that fell our way. So very fortunate night.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, you really did look extremely quick early with fresh tires and someone that could possibly try to pass Lake. Did you feel like if this thing was a shootout with about 5 laps to go that you might have had a shot to try to pass the 09?
I'm not sure. I'm really, Lake's obviously a pretty smart driver. He was probably just saving his stuff, and I was pushing, right? So, if it come right down to it, I'm not sure, man. If he was giving all he had, then yeah, I felt like I could have probably got to him. But honestly, been doing this a long time, and I'm sure he was just being smart and saving his stuff.
So we go from Daytona to Atlanta tonight. Next week, it's Richmond Raceway, the 3/4 mile track of the Commonwealth of Virginia, for another 200-lapper. And Richmond always offers crazy excitement. You've done pretty good there, Dan. What type of racing environment do you think we'll see with the Cup boys next Monday night here for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series? And in addition to that, what is it like having to compete against almost a 50-car field the last 2 weeks?
Oh, it's crazy. It's awesome. And the field has just gotten that much more competitive, right? I mean, so I think we're going to go into Richmond, and you're going to see it even tighter yet. You're going to see, you don't want to get out of that top 10, I don't think. And, that's kind of what I'm thinking when we go there, is that you're going to want to pit with the leaders and stay on the strategy of the fast cars up front, because you're not going to be able to come up through the pack of that. I just don't see it, especially if they start 43 cars. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a blast.
Sponsors on the number 55.
Effective Web Solutions and LSRTV guys. Thank you for what you do. Thanks Northwest Racing Series for what they do. As BJ knows, the behind the scenes of this deal is huge. So a huge shout out to Jeff Stabnow and Sean Breisman. Those guys are working hours on end all through the week just so we can go racing. So and congratulations to Lake. Great job, bud. Hell of a job driving that car.
Yeah, there is so much work goes on behind the scenes for sure, and we appreciate each and every one of them for making it happen. And a good job again for Dan West Jr. He'll finish runner-up here again tonight at Atlanta. To victory lane we go. First-time winner at Daytona, Stephen Paulison picking up the win, and now Lake Peterson from the pole, might I add, as well. Second different winner on the season and a second first-time winner as well. Lake, congratulations, bud.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So can we talk real quickly about redeeming yourself, if you will? You were up front early, got mired back in a pit stop early in the race, fighting to get back through the field. You got tagged with Annenbacher and some other cars in lap traffic, got your car damaged, had to go through the fast repair, and you work your way back through the field. But then the battle between you and your teammate Justin Yee, the final 10 laps. I know that's a sequence of 2 or 3 things in this race that I want you to answer, but what's your take on them?
Well, the pit strategy was kind of all over the place in the beginning, and my teammate and I were just kind of thinking what would be the best way to put ourselves in like an attacking position instead of always having to defend. So we thought we'd take tires. Then that kind of put us back in traffic a little bit, and unfortunately got into a little racing incident there with Ottenbacher, which is, it happens. They're on old tires, we're on new tires, and there's going to be a lot of comers and goers, and sometimes you just run into one another. So I had to go back in the field again, and kind of had an idea about, as I was working my way through, how I wanted, if I had a chance to get in the lead again, how I'd go about it. And when I finally had the opportunity to get the lead there with my teammate, I just had to send it into one and hope it stuck. What was that other part of the question you asked?
Just the battle between you and Justin Yee, the final 15 laps, teammates battling there.
Yeah, so with about 20 to go, I tagged the wall with my right rear coming off of 4, and it got really tight, and kind of gave up a little bit of time. And then Justin got a little bit closer to me, and I think he was starting to get pretty tight riding behind me. And then, unfortunately, unfortunate racing ordeal took him out, and thankfully I had a big enough gap against Dan and the rest of the field to kind of nurse it home. But Justin was coming, that's for sure. It was going to be a battle.
Yeah, Lake qualifying, you got the pole. You were one of the fastest cars out there, right over a 10th. When you saw how fast you were during qualifying, how much did that really change your thought and mentality going into the race, just because how fast you were?
I wasn't expecting it to be that good of a lap, because I saw in practice people were putting down similar times to me. So when I saw that I had that big of a lead in qualifying, I kind of gave you like a chip on your shoulder, some confidence going into the race. And yeah, that was nice. Definitely helpful being a newbie too in this league. So yeah, not too bad.
So, let's talk about, though, running with this series, because you are literally coming off of an outside pole start at Daytona last Monday. You on the pole tonight at Atlanta, and then you win this race. What does it mean to you to have such good momentum coming out of the gate for the start of the season, getting ready to go to Richmond next week as well? From a super speedway to an intermediate track to short track racing, 3/4 mile style at the action track.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really appreciate all that Sean and everyone does for this league, putting it on for us. They definitely keep it well organized from what I've seen just for the short amount of time. And coming into Richmond, that's going to be a blast. I definitely prefer short track racing. I feel like that's more my niche. So it was really cool to have success on a 1.5 miles, but I'm really looking forward to Richmond next week.
All right, buddy, before we let you go, thank your sponsors on that number 09 entry. By the way, I kept calling you a bee. It looks like a bumblebee car.
Yeah, it's something. I got to thank our designer, graphic designer, who put these cars, the schemes together. He Phoenix Designs, Liam Brotherton. He makes really cool schemes. And then I guess our team owner, Jesse Newen, he kind of keeps us organized. Really good friend. Yeah, so really cool ordeal. Thank you guys for having me.
First-time winner last week with Stephen Paulison. And another first-time winner here at Atlanta. The driver, the number 09, Lake Peterson. Another opportunity to talk to a first-time winner. Always good talking to them. Congratulations again to him. Also Dan West Jr. And again, also going to Tidrick. Samuel Dyer, your final thoughts before we wrap it up in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was about saving tires, and you knew that Lake Peterson had the most dominant car just based off the first stint, and then once he got back up front again, pulling away by over a second, he had a chance. But man, it was such a close run, but Atlanta struck back. That loose sensation out of the corners, it took out a lot of cars.
Always a fun time for sure. By the way, don't forget, next week, the Northwest iRacing Cup Series is on to round number 3. It'll be at Richmond Raceway in the Commonwealth of Virginia State next Monday night, 11:15 or 11:30 Eastern Time on LSRTV, CRN Sports. And again, don't forget the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, and their Season 8 will continue with their Round 2 Wednesday night right here from Atlanta. Wrapping up that coverage will also be the next broadcast on LSRTV on Wednesday night, as well as on CRN Sports. For more coverage, go to livesimracing.com, at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or wearecrn.com for audio at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Get involved with the world at iRacing.com, and of course with everybody at Rocket Media. We thank you for watching. For Charles Wooten in the production chair, for my colleague, partner Samuel Dyer, hopefully Greg Rentz will be back next week. I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations again, Lake Peterson, winner here at Atlanta. Be good to one another. Thanks for watching or listening. Be good.